What's going on, everyone? Welcome into another Forward Progress Live watch along right here on the Forward Progress channel, presented by FanDuel. I'm Rob Pizzola. I'm here with you for the duration of the night. Green background tonight. Rooting interest is going to be on the Green Bay Packers. I already see a lot of new people in the chat today. And just looking at the viewership numbers, a newer audience. That's because I tweeted at the end of Monday Night Football after a big win. So I know some of you are in here for the first time. Appreciate you joining for the first time. If you can, smash that like button down below. If you're not subbed here, sub here on Forward Progress. Before we get into it, I know it's been a good run. We've had some big wins the last couple streams. I'm not saying we can't have a big win tonight, but let's not go nuts. Let's not go crazy here. I think there's some things that are valuable in tonight's game that I do want to play. Going to look for some in-game angles per usual as well. But bet within your limits. Bet responsibly for tonight's game. Don't press just because maybe you weren't around on Monday or Sunday. And always be price sensitive, just like Early Bird Capper says in the chat. I'm pretty heavy on the Green Bay Packers tonight. And listen, it's very arrogant for me to say what I'm about to say right now. I realize what I'm about to say. I still don't think the line moved enough towards Green Bay in this game. We've seen a lot of action in the last hour or so. FanDuel's now at plus 3.5, minus 125 on the Packers. We've seen a lot of sports books, including market-making sports books, move to 3 in this game. I've talked about the impact of Detroit's front 7 injuries. I cannot get over it. Just looking at who is going to be playing tonight in the front 7, especially in terms of defending the run, you have a lot of impact players out. Yes, Carlton Davis is back in the secondary. Yes, the Packers are also missing some players in Jair Alexander, Edgerrin Cooper. I think the biggest losses come in the Detroit Lions front 7, and I don't think that this has been incorporated enough into the line. If you're looking for a last-minute bet, I think the current money line of plus 148 is a valuable number. My fare in this game is closer to plus 125. Again, it's arrogant. Honestly, the market is the market at this point. We're 10 minutes to game time, but I'm on the Packers tonight. I'll be rooting for them quite heavily. Part of the reason that I really like the Packers tonight is, as I mentioned, DJ Reader, Malcolm Rodriguez out. You still have a good run stopper in Jack Campbell at middle linebacker. Aside from that, you are now really, really struggling. And Matt LaFleur has come up with some big-time game plans over the course of his career. I think what we do tonight is we try to hit some alts on Josh Jacobs. So we're going to go to rushing props at FanDuel. We're going to go to the alternate rushing yards market for Josh Jacobs. And we're going to play some ladders starting with 100-plus yards. I think this is the best way to go. Start with a smaller bet at 100 plus at plus 250, and then kind of work your way up all the way to that 150 plus mark. This is how I think Green Bay game plans for tonight's game. If you remember back to the Week 9 matchup, Jordan Love was still hurt in that matchup. The Lions went up quickly in that game. They were up 17-3 in the early going. A little bit of luck went their way. Green Bay had a missed field goal. There was an interception late in the first half as well. But the Lions did give up a lot on the ground. Josh Jacobs, 13 for 95 in that game, 7.3 yards per carry. That was when the Lions were healthier on defense. I think this is the look tonight. And it's kind of tied to my handicap on the Green Bay Packers. Maybe I'll be wrong. I've been wrong a million times before. Maybe I'll be right. But I really do think that they try to impose their will on the ground in this game. Total's been bet up a ton as well. I totally understand why. Detroit Lions home game. They tend to put up big numbers indoors. Defensive injuries for the Packers as well. I don't think the Packers are shutting down the Detroit Lions offense. But without Taylor Decker there is a bit of a drop-off historically in terms of success rates or EPA when you adjust for opponent for the Lions as well. Jim H is really, this is balls to the wall right here. Green Bay by 19-24, 25 plus. Don't hate that type of stuff either. In regards to the SGP for tonight, something that I like to build pregame, let's piggyback off of those Jacobs alts. So we'll put together an SGP here. Let's go 100 plus for Josh Jacobs in the game. Exactly what we just bet right now, and his alternate rush yards. We're going to go Green Bay Packers alternate spread. So just on the main game line, we're going to go and we're going to sell. Again, I think this is the side. You don't have to play this with me or not, but alternate spread, we go Packers minus 2.5 instead of them being underdogs in the game. So we're rooting for them to win this one. And then we price in some inverse correlation stuff here, and we go Jared Goff 300 plus in the passing market. Goff had a bad game the first time out. That was at Lambeau. It was outdoors. We know the Jared Goff outdoor stuff. He only threw for 145 yards in that game. People were going nuts because he had a bunch of completions in a row. That's 20-1 in the SGP market. Packers alt spread, Jacobs 100 plus, Goff 300 plus. You can use a profit boost token on that, get it all the way up to almost 30-1. I like that a lot. Ryan Morrow, Green Bay team total over 23.5 if you can find it. Feels like we're in unison tonight, honestly. If there's anyone in the chat that actually likes the Lions tonight, no problem. I'm not offended. You can bet the NFL however you want. I would just like to know it because so far I've seen a lot of Green Bay sentiment. I wonder if that's because I talked about Green Bay on the Monday stream or on Sunday night as well. Just curious what people are thinking there. A few of them out there. Okay, from a pure props perspective, I'm going to lock in just a couple half unit plays. We're not going to go nuts here with anything tonight. We're going to go to the receptions market. And again, I think Green Bay might actually be a front runner in this game. I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs over 2.5 receptions. Best prices at FanDuel right now. A little bit chalky, laying minus 128. We're going with a half unit, $50. But I do think that as this game progresses, and especially with the total getting steamed up, I kind of think that's correlated with Gibbs being a good pass catcher out of the backfield. So that's one option I like. And in this, just moved. Can't give out the second one. Let's see if I could pivot on the fly here. Into something different. I think that's going to be it. I was going to give out Tucker Kraft over receptions. He was just at plus money and he got hit on that yardage. So we're gonna pause on the rest of that. We'll find something in game instead of hitting this 3.5 minus 113. Don't love that at the current market price. All right. Got the game starting here in about 5 minutes. I just really quickly want to address something before we get started here tonight. You might have noticed Jason is in the chat. Usually Jason would be chatting under the Forward Progress account. Jason's not here tonight. I need to address the absence of our producer, Jason. I know many of you have strong feelings about him. Trust me, your comments have not gone unnoticed. But let me assure you, Jason's not here because he's been called away. Let's just say there are some questions being asked and some answers that need to be given. I can't legally confirm or deny where he is. Let's just say it involves a lot of paperwork. Told me he was on vacation, but the kind of vacation where your phone, your keys, and maybe even your dignity are confiscated. So for now, the show goes on without him. And honestly, I'm sure we're going to be just fine. Jason, if you're watching this, I'm sure you are. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. You're going to need it. By the way, of all nights for Jason not to actually be here, it's the night where FanDuel finally got Penei Sewell to score a touchdown up. Guy's been begging for it every game. He literally would bet it at every number. They offered 25-1. He would have bet it at like 2-1. He's an insane person. Producer Jason. Insane. It's there in the featured markets now. I can't believe they actually put it up. He bet it. Oh, God, man. I'm sorry, Carlos. I know that was cryptic. I can't say much more about the situation. Can't comment on it just say prayers up for Jason. Prayers up for Jason. All right. Before this game gets started, I want to remind you, make sure you bet the NFL season on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. I'm a huge fan of FanDuel. It's a great product. They got tons of betting options, very easy to navigate. I love it all around. As someone who comes from a product background, not going to find a better product in market than FanDuel right now, especially with the in-game opportunities. And right now, all customers get a profit boost every single NFL game day. That means you can pump up your gridiron winnings multiple times a week. Tonight, you got a live profit boost token, and we actually have a to catch a pass profit boost token tonight. So when we're firing on those in-game tonight, we can decide to use a profit boost on one of those. FanDuel has tons of ways you can get in on the NFL action. You can bet on money line, spreads, player props, and more. Plus, with super simple live betting, lightning fast bet settlement, and instant withdrawals, FanDuel makes betting on the NFL easier than ever before. Just visit FanDuel.com/forward-progress to download FanDuel today. Must be 21 plus and present in select states, or 18 plus and present in DC. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms for offers at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Really looking forward to this game tonight. I just got to point out, in the Joey Tunes feed me chat right now, I don't like the message that was there, because it says lean Detroit now -3. And here's why I don't like that. It's a free roll. You're free rolling at this point, right? Detroit covers. Afterwards, you're like, I told you guys, Lions. They don't. We never hear from him again. I'm not a big fan of the late leans. I've been around the block. I see this all. I see it, even though I'm the worse than 2020 vision. Much worse than 2020 vision. Yeah. Shame I couldn't find much more to go with pregame here, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. A little bit early, but I want to get our first guest in here tonight before the game actually starts. Good friend, big fan of his. Matthew Freedman joins us here on Forward Progress.
Hey, Rob, how's it going?
Jason now. I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing all right. Unfortunately, the Cowboys are winning games now. I feel like it's so tragic that the whole time this season, I wanted them to win. They were losing. And then when I want them to lose, they start winning. And then, of course, whatever it is that I am doing, betting on a Cowboys game, just do the opposite. Stone cold, the worst reads I have had on this team all year long. I do want to jump in really quick before this game starts. I think there is an angle which has started to evaporate in the market a little bit, but FanDuel has great same game parlays for people who are interested in inverse correlation, because I think FanDuel values correlation a little bit more than some other platforms might. And so I think there's value in David Montgomery to score a touchdown and to go under 56.5 yards rushing. And, you know, the inverse correlation there is obvious, but what matters for David Montgomery scoring a touchdown is not the number of yards he gets, but it's the number of carries he gets inside the 5-yard line. And I wrote this up for a piece I have at Fantasy Life, previewing Thursday Night Football. Montgomery, anytime touchdown, and Montgomery under 56.5 yards rushing. I have the projection for him a little bit to the under. He has scored a touchdown in 9 of 12 games. A high-scoring game, I think, is what we're likely to have here with the 51.5 point total. I think a pretty good chance he ends up getting the touchdown here. So I think that there's some value in that SGP that we have here.
I like that. Usually we're taking a look at the old under receptions, over receiving yards, alt overs especially. I see our friend Carlos Santana in the chat says, I bet Watson under receptions, over yards a bunch of ways. He's a guy that has a good ADOT. We've done that with Jamison Williams. There's a few guys in this game that generally would have that type of inverse correlation that I think is worth betting. Lions are going to get the ball first here. Do you have a rooting interest in this game? I'm just going to be very candid. I have a large amount of money on the Green Bay Packers tonight. I'm very vulnerable. I hate betting against the Lions. I really, really hate betting against this team. And I really wanted Green Bay to get the ball first in this game and not have Detroit go down the field.
Yeah. I will say a very small last-minute position I placed on the Lions at 3. They got me with the 3. I thought this number was perfect at 3.5 all week. That's where I had it projected. And then the books moved it to 3, and I was like, all right, you got me. You sons of guns. They got me. So very small. And it's not that much, just enough to be like, you know what? I show some theoretical value here. I'm just going to put a small bet on it.
Got it. I'm going to read down the play clock here. I'm sure I'm behind everyone because it's a prime game. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. And then I just saw the snap really quickly and the short completion. So, yeah, big third down coming already. I'm sweating, man. I haven't had a good big bet on a live stream in a while. I had a lot on Buffalo Sunday Night Football, but it was mostly alts. It wasn't like the main spread. So it was a small risk amount to win a lot, but this is it's a decent size risk here, Matt. It's a decent
All right. I want your thoughts. I know this has nothing to do with this game, and we don't need to talk about it right away, but the MVP market, like it's December. This is when the MVP decisions actually come together. Like what happens in December determines the MVP race. So yes. I have some MVP thoughts. We don't need to talk about them now. We can do it a little bit later, but I want to be sure at some point we have the opportunity to circle back to it because I have these harebrained ideas about Harrison Butker at 490-1. That's a great bet. So I have something that's not like exactly in that vein, but is like a little more out there. And it does just so happen that the best price in the market for this particular player is at FanDuel. And so I feel like it's the perfect opportunity to be talking about it at some point.
Well, I'd love to. Honestly, let's just do it. Let's have the conversation because I've had a bunch of people message me today with different MVP bets. And I'm wondering if you bring it up because it's related to a quarterback in this game, or if you're thinking completely differently.
Not a quarterback in this game, I will say. So let's start with the Jared Goff of it. So I think this award is Allen's to lose.
Yes,
but
I agree.
If the Bills lose and they've got 5 games left, they could lose on the road this week to the Rams. Like that is conceivable. After that, another game on the road. So back-to-back road games, this one against the Lions, they're going to be dogs in that game. And so a decent chance the Bills lose one game before the end of the season. Their final 3 games, kind of gimmies, but they're all 3 divisional games. Anything can happen in division, especially at the end of the season, cold weather, random stuff can happen. So the Bills, I think, could lose a game. And if that happens, I'm not saying pandemonium, but possibilities start to emerge that people might not consider now. One of those could certainly be Jared Goff, right? And if you look at the numbers that historically have predicted MVP, wins matter a lot. But then after that, quarterback efficiency stats. And Goff is in the top 3 in EPA and completion percentage over expectation and top 3 in adjusted yards per attempt. Like he could sort of theoretically check the box in the Brock Purdy kind of way.
Right.
That said, I do not think Jared Goff will win MVP. Even if the Lions beat the Bills, I just do not see it. The dude threw 5 interceptions in a game. That on its own is almost disqualifying enough. But he threw 5 interceptions in a game that the Lions won, which is almost even the more like highlighting of the fact that like, man, your team doesn't really need you in order to win games.
I completely agree with you. Like I just I think everyone else on the Lions, like coaching staff, will take the majority of the credit for the Lions season, and it won't be Goff. But as he just zinged one in there to Jameson, J-Mo, first and goal coming up here. Okay, I actually have no idea where you're going with this then, because I haven't thought outside the box with like outside of the top candidates. So I'm interested to hear this.
Okay. So let's entertain the possibility that the Lions do beat the Bills, but it is not Goff who is MVP. All right. In that situation, it still could be Allen, but he's much more vulnerable.
Yep.
I don't think it's Mahomes. I don't think it's Goff. And that leads you to someone on the Eagles. And I'm sorry, it is not Saquon Barkley. Okay? Like, just punch me in the stomach. It is not. We have moved past the days of giving running backs this award. Saquon Barkley is maybe the fourth most important offensive player on the Eagles. And I know that sounds sacrilegious, but that is true. Saquon Barkley, if you had to divvy up like percentage of who gets credit for the turnaround from last season to this season, Saquon Barkley is probably not in the top three. Like,
okay, I totally agree with you. So I want to make it. I abundantly agree with you here, but I don't know that the voters can wrap their heads around Barkley not being in the. I don't think that can happen. Are you going Jalen Hurts here? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes.
I don't think so. I like the thought process. I can't see it. I honestly can't see it.
Okay.
I don't mean to poo this. I just want to be very real with you. I don't agree with that.
Look, I think that this feels like the kind of bet where in week 18, I look at it and this is like 10-1, 5-1. Okay. And I got in it at 100-1. And it's like, this is great CLV on a bet that's going to lose. That's how this feels. But I am just saying, Hurts was the MVP frontrunner 2 years ago when he injured his shoulder. He was MVP frontrunner right when the Eagles started to collapse last year. And since the week 5 bye, he's been playing maybe the best football of his career, even though he's not being used as voluminously on an opportunist and on an opportunity basis. He's playing just as well as he has in previous seasons and pretty much as well as any other quarterback. Like, I'm not saying he will win the award. I'm just saying like 75-1 is far too long. Like, in the bounds of reality, he should be wherever Jared Goff is and maybe just a little bit further removed. He should be like no longer than 40-1.
Okay. I'll get back to that in 1 second. I saw this flag. Tim Patrick could never have caught this ball. If Tim Patrick was wide open, this ball was so far above his head. There was no chance. Zero. Pick it up, boys. They won't pick it up. It's in Detroit. This is built into the home field advantage of the game. Has to be. I'm out to lunch here. Like, there's no chance he could have ever caught that. No chance.
I mean, yeah. You know, the Lions do have a tremendous home field advantage that like seems also to get bigger each year.
Oh, they're doing prior to the pass. After watching the replay, understand people, I did bet the Packers here. There's one foul, illegal contact. So it's gonna be first and goal here. The illegal contact I can get behind. There's never pass interference. Never. Illegal contact I can get behind because he hit him at the goal line. I will say Tim Patrick ran directly into him. Anyways, it is what it is. God, this is I'm suffering already, Matt. I am suffering already. Yeah, I mean, I lost the comment now, but someone's like, there's people that are like out there like Peter King still voting on these awards right now. There's no chance he would give it to anyone other than Barkley. There's your Montgomery touchdown. So you hit half of that.
There we go.
Yeah. Are you the type of guy that would be fist bumping an injury? Like you see him go down on the next drive, holding his knee? What do you think? No, you're not.
No, I wouldn't be fist pumping. I would just be like, we'll see.
We'll see.
That's interesting.
It's instinctual for some people to do that, right? I'm not saying you're a bad guy.
Sure.
Sometimes
it's like thinking of like, well, this is the kind of out that you give yourself when you bet the under on something, you know? Injuries happen, especially to running backs, you know? You don't celebrate it, you just acknowledge it as a part of the game.
100%. I'm with you. I didn't fire any, like, I dodged a bullet on that one because chalk has come in. It was a good drive for Jahmyr Gibbs, over 2.5 receptions. He got 2 on the first. I don't want to get hooked on that one. That would be not fun.
I think it's a Jahmyr Gibbs game. You know, like part of the thing that also made me think a little bit more about the David Montgomery unders, he was used so heavily last week that I think that inflated some of his prop numbers this week relative to what they had been and or what they might have been otherwise. And the thing is that even though the final box score for that game was close, the Lions were ahead by double digits for a significant portion of that game. And so Montgomery had the chance to get some inflated opportunities there. But this is, I think, going to be a close game to where I would expect for Jahmyr Gibbs to have extra opportunities, not necessarily at the expense of David Montgomery, but just, you know, it would be a more balanced game to where Montgomery doesn't get as many opportunities as he had last week. So I think it's a Gibbs game, not as much of a Montgomery game.
Patrick said, why did the Packers defer? Don't they normally take the ball? I didn't actually know that they deferred, which makes it even more upsetting, honestly. I mean, the possession in the second half is very valuable for sure. I feel like the whole thing for me with this game, Matt, is I look at the Lions front seven on defense now, and it's really, really rough. Like they survived a few. Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson being the big one, but DJ Reader was the one that put me over the top because he's just been such a huge addition to that defensive line. I'll be interested to see what the Packers do here, but I feel like Jacobs could have a huge game tonight. On some Jacobs alts here.
I think that is very possible. So DJ Reader out, Josh Pascal out. You know, the team traded for Zadarius Smith, but it's just a situation where it is not great. Like they are really thin. And then missing also one of their rotational defensive tackles, and I can never pronounce his last name, but Levi
Onwuzurike, I think.
Yes, exactly. And so like some of the depth that they would theoretically have behind Reader is also gone. So it's just, it is really bad. And that's not even talking about like the off-ball linebacker situation. And, you know, like linebackers, I tend to think is sort of like a little bit like the running back of the defense, except like normally it's one of your off-ball linebackers who's like the signal caller for the defense. Like it's kind of like a combination of like running back, but quarterback. I mean, they're missing both of their starting off-ball linebackers. Like it's just a bad situation in the front seven, as you mentioned there.
I'm with you. I see some James in the chat says sub-only mode. People are referring to the bots that have decided to show up tonight. Here's the thing. You actually have to be sub to forward progress for 5 minutes in order to post something in the chat. So now we're getting hit by the bots that are subbing to the channel. It's a disaster. What can you do though? I mean, that's life. Alex Moretto behind the scenes today, filling in for Jason. If you want to direct some hatred at someone, Moretto's the guy. Moretto's definitely the guy.
I'm sure he appreciates that.
Oh, man. Let's see how we start here. A little play action. And they wanted a deep shot and got sacked, of course. Naturally. Oh, man, this is going to be a rough one to work through tonight. Kirk Evans thinks Spanky's behind the bots. That's a great comment.
That is good.
Oh man. The old coverage sack, I would say right there. Didn't really look like he had a few minutes to few seconds to throw that away. I want to get your thoughts on a few other storylines for this week.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, injured or not injured?
That's great. I mean, I would say Kirk Cousins old and recovering still from injury.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, I don't know if any extra injury on top makes that much of a difference. He was always pretty much a pocket statue, and it just feels like that is now all the more the case. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm legitimately worried for the dude's health, but like any team that he goes against that can bring pressure is one that he could really struggle with. And then you put that with the like hashtag revenge game of going back to Minneapolis and the Vikings blitzing at the highest rate of any team in the league and getting significant QB pressure. I think Cousins could really struggle in this spot this week. So I don't know if he's injured, but I mean, he might be by the time this game is over this weekend.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I think, like, I don't think the team would just keep rolling him out there if he had like some sort of legitimate injury.
Yes.
And of course, teams have lied about injury reports before. I'm not ignorant, but he hasn't showed up on any injury report with anything. I think he's just washed. Like, I think he's just an old man. You have two quarterbacks in the league, both who came back from an Achilles injury. Guess what? As the year went on, they both started to suck. I don't like coincidence, maybe, but logically, I think that's what makes the most sense. Some people going nuts from.
No, that feels right. I would say also. So I talked with Ed, the Power Rank, talked with him earlier today, and he asked a question that had to do with older quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins. And I'm a little bit too high on them, or like on the Falcons, on the Jets, in my projections week in and week out. Yeah. And it's just like, you know what? Like, I just need to put my thumb on the scale a little bit more to adjust these teams down. Because like whatever my projections
for 1 second, Matt, because Ali McNeil is walking off the field right now, injured as well. Like this can't be real life at this point. I cannot lose to this team. They have nobody on the D line anymore. That's like the best remaining player in the front seven for them.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see if it's a serious injury or not. He did walk off, so chances are he'll come back in. But this is, I mean, you want to talk about coaching. This has got to be some of the most incredible coaching I've ever seen if they can get away with this. On that front, in terms of the betting side of things. So my numbers, I'm in a very similar boat to you, where for a while I was kind of like pretty heavily leaning Jets every single game. And it was finally last week, the week where I thought there was value against them. And this week as well, I like Miami against the Jets. But I wonder what I think about it in terms of like the Jets are getting bet in market every week. It's coming from somebody who is valued. Their opinion is valued. Like we're talking about game day money a lot of the time that is moving this market. That's not a nobody. So there's some sort of syndicate or heavy bettor out there whose opinion is valued that is betting the Jets pretty regularly. And I'm thinking the likelihood that person is using mathematics to bet is pretty high.
Yes.
My guess. So I think it's got to be something to do with how they are regressing Aaron Rodgers, because in this instance, it's almost like none of the priors matter, right? You might as well just throw out his entire career. And that's my gut feeling on what is happening with the Jet situation, because I don't really have another explanation as to what is going on there. For someone to be moving the market 2-3 points on game day, that I think that's got to be what's happening here.
Yeah. I think it's a situation where, as you said, what Rodgers has done previously in his career at this point doesn't matter, because it's not Aaron Rodgers anymore. And so I'm probably still giving too much weight to what he did in his final season with the Packers pre-injury, like, and it makes me think of something that I've heard years ago, friend of the show, Dr. Eric Eager, say when he would talk about projections. And at a certain point in the season, there are just some dead teams. And there's a delta between what the projection would be and what the market says, or what the market should be saying. And it's just sort of explained by something like, this team is given up. Right. And so you need to have your thumb on the scale. You need to make some sort of manual adjustment, have some sort of input of -1 point. And there's just a note that says dead team or whatever it is,
It's the teams that they're declining, but the decline happens so quickly that the numbers struggle to catch up. To me, that's like the Giants, right?
Yes.
I don't understand who's betting the Giants against the Saints. I know the Saints have injuries. I get it. There's two options for me in that game. It's you pass the game or you bet the Saints if the Giants left tackle is out. That to me is how I look at some of these teams down the stretch where you're using season-long numbers. It's none of these matter anymore. It's just a completely different team. I actually think they might be actively trying to lose. I'm not even exaggerating. Or they just don't even care anymore because draft pick, and that.
Yeah. And I will say, in terms of sort of self-scouting, this is an area where I know I could get better in terms of thinking about, wait a minute, we've hit that part in the season. I need to be a little more careful on betting on this terrible team because they could be in the dead part of their season now. And part of it for me was thinking about Drew Lock. And I do have him as 2.5 points better than Tommy DeVito, against the spread. And so thinking that for me, I had a discrepancy in the projections with the market. And that was basically Drew Lock. And I think Drew Lock is better than what we saw last week because that was on a short week without him getting the full benefit of practice reps. I feel like now with the extra 3 days, he's locked in as the starter. He gets the full practice reps. I think it's different. That said, it probably still isn't enough to justify the projection that I have on them right now. I think the Giants, I agree, they are one of those dead teams where I need to make some sort of manual adjustment on them.
Yep. Lost the best player on their defense, a defense that had been getting worse and worse and worse, rapidly declining, going on a couple months now. I remember the Giants defense started the year and people were like, hey, maybe the Giants are this sleeper team. Their defense is keeping them in games. And then that just fell. Who knew you might have to have some cornerbacks in the NFL? It might be a position of value. That's been real rough. I bet the Cowboys Monday Night Football this week. I took the Sixes in market. I feel very, very good about it. And I don't know if I should or not, but it feels good to me. It feels good to me. Get him. Rashawn, get him. There we go. Okay, we're back in business.
What I will say,
Cowboys fan. I want to hear you say that you hate that pick because that you've been saying at the top that the opposites have been working.
Look, I'm about to say, just lock this bet in for you because I bet the Bengals -5.5.
Okay.
So just start counting what you're going to do with that money right now.
There we go. Music to my ears. I've actually had the people in the chat, the viewers, they can attest to the fact that I've had such a good read on the Cowboys this year. I think I've won more money on Cowboys games than any other team. Really, really good read. I'm feeling good this week.
I just need to stop looking at my numbers for the Cowboys and just see what Rob is doing. That's what I need to do. Okay. It's just, absolutely terrible, the run that I'm on.
They could easily get torched. They could easily get torched in this game. But as soon as I saw, I focus on a lot of NFL news over the course of the week. And as soon as I saw that there was the possibility that Orlando Brown was going to be shut down for the year, I'm like, I think he actually might. I think they might actually do it. And Now he's out for the and Parsons is back and defense is wreaking havoc again. I don't know. I just I think the Cowboys are so live in this game that I'm ready for like the 35-10 loss. Like I can feel it coming.
Look, I like knowing about trends because I feel like it just helps me wrap my brain around something, but I don't like bet just on trends. But I mean, Cooper Rush 7-3 against the spread, 7-3 on the money line, and a lot of that has come as an underdog. Cooper Rush has an ROI on the money line of over 100%.
Yep,
which is just unreal
man.
for a backup quarterback.
Totally agree with you. Ali McNeil being evaluated for a potential concussion right now, which would be massive. I want to see what the live market looks like when it comes back on the board after this third down. They overturn this catch, replay assist, beautiful. Oh, God, what a terrible throw that was by Jordan Love, man. You know what? There's certain players in sports where you seemingly, especially as a bettor, you seemingly can't be on the right side of any of their games. It's like a player that was put on this earth to put you through misery. Jordan Love is top 3, that guy for me. I bet against this guy. He's airing it down the field like with accurate. I bet on him, and it complete lemon mode every time. Still first quarter, plenty of time to turn it around, but Jordan Love's that guy for me.
That is great. I'm trying to think about whether I've had anyone like that, like whether it's a quarterback, a head coach, something like that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Jason Garrett era with the Cowboys was so tilting, and it was like I couldn't get anything right when Garrett was coach in terms of betting, except betting against the Cowboys when they were home favorites.
Oh, I loved those types of spots. I don't even know how the Lions are getting pressure. Like they had like 3 guys untouched to the quarterback there. I wonder if Green Bay's even going to run a play. I doubt they will. So look, this reeks of trying to draw them offside. Yeah, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Well, man, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. Third down play, complete 2 backup defensive tackles, just absolutely roast Green Bay's interior O-line, which has been very good this year. Josh Myers, Elkin Jenkins, thanks for coming out. Oh, and Love got smoked in the head too. Well, it's going to be one of those. I got no booze in the house either tonight. It's a real problem.
That is a real problem.
I know.
Have you gone dry for November? I just carried into December.
So I'm moving in a week today. I'm moving, and
okay.
Basically, like my wife laid out all the booze in the house where she's like, "We're not going to bring this with us. Drink it before you leave." And I've gone through it already. I probably could have paced myself a little bit better on some of this stuff. But yeah, I just don't want to go buy a case of beer because then I have to like pack it or like bring it. It's just another thing to bring with me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. How long of a move is it? How long distance?
Oh, not long. Like
nice
5-minute drive. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So it's just hoping things go smoothly. You know, I haven't been through my last move was in 2016 from a condo to a house. I didn't have much when I had my condo. Now I have my house and I'm packing and I'm just like finding shit I didn't even know I had. I'm like, where did this come from? What is this? You know,
man, there's nothing that can make you want to become an aesthetic person as moving. It's just like, I don't need this object. Like at a certain point, objects like flip from being like assets to liabilities. And that happens a lot when you have to move. And it's just like, you know what? I want almost nothing in this house.
Listen, like I'm ashamed to say this, but like I threw out like all the wedding cards I got this week, which I've just been saving. I haven't looked at them since I got married. I got married in 2012. I have not actually looked at one of these cards since then. I read them all before I tossed them. I'm like, yeah, there's nothing memorable in here. Like on it. It's just like, okay, congrats on your wedding, cheers to a happy life or whatever. It's not a lot of personal messages. Gone. See you later. My wife's like, are you sure we're going to throw them? I'm like, yeah, they're gone. Toss them. Yeah, we're just going to have this conversation again next time we move. We're going to sit in a box somewhere. The one thing I couldn't part with, Matt, I could not part with my Sega Genesis. That was the one. That was the one thing. I know you can play all the Sega games on Xbox now or whatever. Like, I know it's just not the same. I actually don't even have a TV I can hook the Sega up to, but yet I've kept the system and the games. That's the one thing I couldn't get rid of.
That balance of like just ruthlessly cutting away, like, oh no, these cards that have to do with my marriage, I don't need this. And then it's like this plane module from my childhood. Yeah. I can't use it, but I love this object and I will keep it forever. I have set up right here, right underneath the TV, my Super Nintendo with King Griffey Jr. Baseball already slotted into it. Haven't played that thing in at least 10 years. Even so.
It's still set up, and it's still set up there.
It's still set up.
Yep.
It deserves its rightful place of honor in this house. I'm
almost certain I'll never play that Sega again. But then I just started going through those games and like reliving those memories. I was like,
I tried to play this game a few years ago and the console wouldn't work. Like the audio would work on it, but the image wouldn't work on it. It's a shame.
That's stimulating enough just to hear sometimes that music to your favorite game gets you excited.
Oh yeah.
NFL Football 94. I used to play that on Sega all the time. Joe Montana was on the cover. Chiefs Joe Montana.
Yeah.
What a banger game. Cowboys throwing slants to Alvin Harper nonstop. Not Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper. Alvin Harper.
Wow.
Did he get this first down or are they going to be short? They moved the first down. The Lion, there's nothing more frustrating when you bet against the Lions and watching them run on like 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, and always getting the first down.
That's some Dallas Cowboys, like 1990s Dallas Cowboys stuff right there.
This got to get overturned. What is this spot over here? This is not a real spot. Yeah, LaFleur threw the flag. It's like a full yard ahead of where he actually got stopped. I think I'm going to make a point of hooking up the Sega at some point before Christmas, just to see if it still holds up. Because I'll tell you this, I'm ashamed to say this. I got rid of my N64 a few years ago because I hooked it up and I started playing GoldenEye. I'm like, how the fuck did I ever do this? This is terrible.
Wow.
It just doesn't hold up.
Oh, that's too bad. Because that was such a great game. That was one of those games to where it was just like all of the high school buddies could be there on a Saturday night playing this game, watching other people play the game. I mean, that was a classic.
It pained me, man. I played so many hours of GoldenEye, and then I'm like, I can't do that. Like once you play a modern shooter, and I don't even play video games anymore, but I played like 10 years ago, like a lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You can't go back to that. I remember the days, even like when Mario Party first came out, there was like these games where you had to spin the joystick. I used to have like a permanent hole in the middle of my hand from just spinning. There's like these random games, NFL Blitz, like these are, GoldenEye is one of the worst ones to revisit. It's impossible now, hurts my brain. I'm with you. I'm with you.
That is so sad.
It is sad.
I guess you got to appreciate it for what it was.
You do. Those were literally some of the best days of my life.
Yes.
Like, think about playing with your friends for 10 hours, arguing over whether you were going to do like proximity mines only or not, like all the just huge arguments, different levels. Amazing. Odd Job. I don't know if you remember the game, if you're familiar enough to know that Odd Job was much smaller than everyone else. That was another scam we used to argue about nonstop.
About who would get to be Odd Job. There was this one guy in our group who was he was the ace among us. He would always be Odd Job. And so he already had the unfair advantage. And the thing is, like, he had played the game so much to where he knew. So, like, when you killed someone, they would auto regenerate somewhere else. They would pop up in the game somewhere else. And he knew all of the places. He knew the sequence. And he knew the fastest ways how to get there. So there would be times like he would kill someone and then immediately go to the spot where they would pop up next and then shoot them there. It was unreal stuff.
Am I drunk? I guess, you know what, when you're challenging spots, it's tough. I got to tell you, I feel very strongly that he didn't pick up that first down yardage there. Oh man, throwing knives only. That was incredible back in the day. Nothing better. Well, there was a lot better. Throwing knives only took forever. Way too long. Way too long. Great days, though. Great days.
Did you get into Risk with your high school friends?
Yeah, but and then we got into like some variants of Risk as well. There was like different versions that came out that we I'm trying to remember the one. Yeah, my only issue with Risk is the length of time that a game would take.
Yeah.
Like I like the idea of Risk. I wish that we could play back in the day. Like, I wish we played on a computer instead. But there's something about being in person with everyone. You know, one guy's targeting another purely out of spite because he invaded. Those things were amazing, man. Love that. Yeah, Risk was classic, real classic. See, a lot of people must be around my age here. Silent Hill or Resident Evil. I liked Resident Evil better when I was young.
I never played either one.
All right. Let's get after him. Oh, see, they ran it again on 3rd and 5. That time it didn't work. God, I love the NFL. I love betting. I love it all. It's so good. When a play goes your way like that, the feeling. It's one of the best feelings.
So I was in Texas. I'm originally from Texas. I was in Texas for a chunk of November. They're spending time with family. And, I would be kind of in like the dining room of my parents' house, set up on my computer, working. My mom would be watching TV in the other room and she's yelling at the TV. She does this for any competitive type of show, like whether it's Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, or Monday Night Football, whatever it is. And it doesn't matter who is playing. If she has any connection to any of these players, she somehow will get like a connection to someone and be like, oh, this is the person I'm rooting for. And then she like, as if she has money riding on this, she will be rooting and yelling. And like, Matthew, come in here and watch this. You won't believe what happened. It's like, Mom, I really don't care what happened on Wheel of Fortune right now.
If it's big enough, I'll see it on Twitter tomorrow.
Yeah, that's accurate. But it's just like the way that you are watching this game and processing it, so much of it because you have money riding on it. Yeah. Like, my mom is one of the few people I know who like processes stuff like that in that kind of way with no investment, like no financial investment. It's all like emotional investment, and it's all based almost on nothing.
Love that story. I love it. It's actually very familiar to me. My family does the same thing. So
yeah,
it's My mother will sometimes text me on WhatsApp to just like tell me that someone like blew a big lead on Jeopardy or something like that. She sends me a message. Did you catch Jeopardy? I'm like, no, I never do because I don't watch it. I don't have the heart. Don't have the heart. All right, let's get some Josh Jacobs going finally here. Okay, there's a handoff. 7 yards. There we go. The real challenge with this game in particular, I couldn't tell it. I can't see if McNeil's back in the game. If anyone in the chat knows whether or not he's back in or not, like had I not already been loaded on Green Bay, I would have just been firing more Green Bay. I would have been firing Green Bay as soon as I saw him walk off the field there. But it's pretty sizable wager here. Pretty sizable wager.
And what's the live line right now? 4.5.
I checked it after the punt and I saw 5.5, but basically a 4.5. Yeah, it is 4.5 right now.
Yeah.
FanDuel. Totals down to 47.5, although juiced over. But like 2-1 pack. McNeil not in yet. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Matt, appreciate you. Anyone who wants to follow Matt on Twitter, make sure you do so at Matt F. The Oracle. It's part of the Fantasy Life. You can check out fantasylife.com as well. And I was going to say go Cowboys, but I can't because we're on opposite side. At least one of us will win this week, Matt. There's a guaranteed winner here this week.
Look, at this point, I would bet on you winning and me losing. That's just how it has gone this year when I bet on the Cowboys or bet against the Cowboys. So already I will be wishing you congratulations. And at best part, if you win, at least the Cowboys win.
Yes, that's true. I don't know what reverse psychology games you're playing here now, or if you're trying to do like the old reverse mush before the game even starts. But I don't appreciate that. I am very privy to those tricks, Matt. I've been around the block.
No tricks. Just me acknowledging that I lose anytime I take a position on the Cowboys game. That's all.
All right, man. Enjoy the rest of the game
even
tonight.
though.
Yeah, well, it's all right. It's because you enjoy the rush, man. We all enjoy the rush.
I do. It's great to lose. All right. Yeah. Awesome talking with you. Have a great rest of the night.
You too. Matthew Freedman, everyone. Love Matt. Such a good dude. Great guy. Great guy. See, the way that we staggered this show tonight, we're going great guy to scumbag to great guy to scumbag. Got to keep the balance. So from great guy to scumbag. Moretto. How's it going?
What injuries are we rooting for tonight?
We're not rooting for any injuries. People might be rooting for injuries to you because of the amount of bots we got coming in here tonight.
Oh my God. I'm fighting a war right now. This is crazy, man. I've never seen this many bots. You know what? People knew that something was up with Jason. He wasn't going to be here. Everyone wants to be part of these watch alongs when Jason's not here. That's basically what it is.
It's true. You know what? I should have tweeted that out earlier in the day. Probably would have increased viewership by a few thousand, if I'm being honest. Big mistake only tweeting out right before the show. Honestly, I've done these. This is 3 years now of doing. Well, the first 2 years wasn't watch alongs. It was just a pregame and halftime show the first year. But I think this is the worst it's ever been from a bot point of view. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if it's the way that Jacob set up the stream and if there's like some sort of keyword. Look, there's another one right now. Yeah. I don't know how they're getting in here.
They're trying to break my will, and you know what? They've won. I'm just going to let them run wild at one point here.
Jason Cooper fan 69 says, "Where's Anthony Glenn?" Anthony Glenn has never returned. I feel so bad for that guy.
I want to fire Jason and hire Anthony Glenn. That's what I want to do. That's how bad I feel for him.
That would be the ultimate retribution. Oh no, Watson, you idiot. Oh my God, Watson. I could see it happening.
You're so far ahead of me that I'm like living in the Stone Age. This is terrible. And we're both using Bell, which is what's insane.
I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, just go out of bounds, go out of bounds, go out of bounds. Guy cuts back. Please tell me he stepped out of bounds somehow. Oh my God, what an idiot. I don't even know how the ball gets up there like that. Like, oh my God. Oh, it's painful. Definitely a fumble too.
I am definitely not not watching the football game and watching the Habs on a 5-on-3 right now. That's definitely not what's happening.
That's all right. You're welcome to do that. Anthony Glenn started a bot farm. Honestly, it's a decent theory. It's a very decent theory.
Yeah. How is it that we have 3 full-time producers on staff and we cannot get a single one available for a Thursday night football game in the middle of football season? How does that work?
It's what happens when you build a shit company.
Yeah.
Didn't really think it through all that much.
Yeah.
Didn't really think it through. Fuck, man. He fed it into Laporta there too. That was good coverage. I'm in a bad place right now. Really upset with that fumble. Really upset. Would have been in Detroit territory. Oh, man.
Oh, Patrick Laine just scored again.
There you go. Your guy, man. The Finnish Flash.
2-2. All right, I got the football game back on now. You know, you're going to tell me what's going to happen 20 seconds before it happens. I feel like Hitman right now. I'm going to Hitman does these and he doesn't by himself. He has to mute everyone.
It's a tough one. I got a lot of NHL in action tonight and I checked before the stream. So I don't even want to know, honestly.
Yeah, that's
got
fair.
We'll like 300 million NBA prop bets as well.
Yeah.
Oh, got a necessary of this. Oh my God, man. It's all happening.
So this is a pretty sizable position for you here, given like
I got a bunch.
Yeah,
I got a bunch.
Yeah, biggest of the week, you would say. At least for now.
Yeah, it's a big one. I mean, I know he shoved them here. Who's 7? Who got this penalty for Green Bay? Quay Walker. This guy's like half the size of Dansky.
Yeah, you can't go down that easily. You can't go down that easily.
It's fucking LeBron James-esque flop right
when
there.
you do the arms like that too, that's such a flop.
Goff throwing deep to nobody. Oh man. Oh, you guys are seeing me at my worst tonight. See me at my worst.
Oh my God, the bots.
Jeez, this fucking bots, man. This is all right.
So how was that opening production there? 15 minutes. I thought that was pretty seamless.
That's not bad. I don't know how they honestly, I'll give
all
Jason
the markets
credit
on screen, like, got everything up there pretty timely.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I will say there's some things that Jason actually does on here that I don't know how to do. I'm sure I could figure it out. Like, you give me a few minutes, I'll figure it out. But like, he has a way of stretching some views to whatever. You know what?
Yeah. They've been producing longer. That's fine. If we spent 20 minutes trying to figure this out, we could do it too.
Yeah. I'm sure that this show will get posted afterwards. The responsibilities after the show will be done today. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yes. I would say for the first time this season, that might be updated right away.
Oh, big third down here. Don't take a penalty. Don't do anything stupid. Okay, there we go. 4th down. I gotta make sure there's no flags here.
Oh, Van Ness is heading to the
No.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, heading to the locker room. He looks like he was running by himself though.
It looked like it. I don't know how all the bots have gotten.
I don't. Every single bot. I watch every one of these streams, and we've had like the odd night where we've got some bots in there. This is never this many. I've never seen this many.
Oh, it's good. That's good. Yeah, I got to pull the classic 3-2-1 no flag Jeff Feinberg special. That's the Jeff will be on in the 3rd quarter tonight. He'll definitely be sauced. 3rd quarter.
Oh yeah.
He's in fine form in the 3rd quarter.
So we got a 6.5 now.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say it's good. But like,
Well, yeah, I did hop on some live 4.5 after that first Lions scripted touchdown drive. I'd made worse bets.
I have a gut feeling that the Packers try to get Watson the ball again on this drive. Just to be like, I saw him on the sideline there. He's high, people are going up to him. I have a feeling that they try to get Watson the ball again.
Are we doing a little what, PGP?
Player to
or
catch
we're just
a
gonna
pass.
do a
Packers fourth drive. Yeah. Not to score TD. Yeah, there we go.
210.
Watson.
Market moving
210?
against you.
Yeah, and I have the I have a token to use for tonight as well. So it would be basically bumping it up to 3-1. Say what again? Says parlay with Green Bay TD. You know what? This we'd have to do really quickly.
4-1.
I just
Not,
really want.
honestly, doesn't feel great.
Doesn't feel great. I'd rather just the Watson. It's not adding enough to the. Although now that I said that, that's winning.
Yes. Oh yeah. Just a deep pass to Watson first play.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. That was just such a depressing fumble. Such a depressing fumble.
Could have been a worse result though. Field goal is.
Yeah. Field goal's okay.
Got to be okay with that.
Got to take it. Touchdown. We're back in business. Green Bay gets the ball second half. Van Ness questionable to return. Okay. I mean, tough one.
No one needs this, Rover.
Robert clips.
Robert.
Yeah.
I'd leave Edgework at that point. I think I'd have to leave.
Could Jason become our Trent?
Oh, I mean,
right?
Yeah, maybe he's more of a Chelly than a Trent. I think Trent's giving him a little too much credit.
Yeah. Lyman says, just joined. How are you guys this delayed? I'll tell you how. These Amazon Prime games, they fuck us in Canada.
Yeah.
2 fists directly in the anus on these Amazon Prime games.
Lube.
Not one. Double-fisted lube on the Prime games. Sunday Night Football is beautiful when I'm on here with Clive. That one's great. We're basically it's happening at the same time.
Yeah, I got extra fucked here because I was always in line with you on Bell, and Bell tells me I have this top of the line receiver, whatever. And they update all their software. And now my Bell satellite, which was live TV and like very up to speed, is now 20 seconds delayed. I'm streaming now. They basically converted everything to streaming for their customers that have been with them for anyways. There's nothing I can do about it. I was on phone with tech support for a lot longer than I'd like to admit. And I'm basically either have to sit here like a cuck and admit that I'm going to be 20 seconds behind everything I watch from now on, or I have to change providers, which is a nightmare in and of itself. So I'm a mess. I'm in shambles right now over this TV situation.
But see, like, I'm not going to butcher this name, but he says Bell 5 is always behind. It's not. It's actually
mine
really
always
good.
Used to be very good. Yeah.
For
Depends
sports,
what box you have, I think now.
Hello. Run it, Jacobs. Let's go. That's a 20-yarder. Okay, we're back in business. No flags? No flag. Just making sure. No flags.
Did you see that? Did you see this Trump? Trudeau
I
stuff
saw that. I was
fucking dying. Trudeau's such a clown, man. Oh my god.
Oh god, it was so funny, man. So funny. I gotta say though, it's much better though when I'm behind the chat versus the other way around, because I don't want to spoil it for everyone else. But if I'm behind, they get to see what happens. Then they get to experience the raw reaction.
Great. Yes.
Right? I like that. So I think it kind of works out in a sense.
I've had to pause these streams now so that I pause them for like 15, 20 seconds so that you guys are like, you guys aren't ruining things for me, which it kills like live betting. It kills everything. It's so, and this is probably why I don't want to pronounce the name either, but it's because you're using the app, and the app is actually streaming. Like when you use the 5 app, you're streaming your thing. So it's going to be behind, but when you have like the receiver, it's not supposed to be.
Of note there, that was Emmanuel Wilson. Last week, Chris Brooks got all the secondary work, and it wasn't Wilson. Interesting to note that they've gone back to Wilson as these fucking bots are back.
What about you, Rob? You get rug pulled by Hawk Tua?
I did not, but also like, what are people doing?
People still buying these fucking coins, man. Like
that's Brooks, I think. I think that was
such a simp.
I know,
honestly.
But like, do people not know that meme coins are all a scam at this point? They're all just like, there's a very select people who are going to make a lot of money, and everyone else is going to get fucked.
Yeah.
How have people not figured this out yet? I don't understand it.
No, it doesn't make sense.
It's not even it's gambling, but like the game is fixed basically for all the people that are controlling the coin. What was that? That's defensive for sure. Defensive for sure. Is that considered a circle back topic? Only on a light week, I will say. And you know what? So far, it's been a light week. There hasn't been a lot going on this week. It's been a light week, but like, no.
I always thought Johnny C in the chat was someone we know, but I've started to put together recently that it's not him.
No, it's not.
Just based on some of the stuff that was, but there was a like long period in time where like it added up, and I was like, I think this is him, but yeah, no, it is not him now. Too bad.
Yeah. All right, big 1st and 5 here. All right, we'll take a yard or two, just a yard or two at a time. For the chat, wanted to discuss this today. So we brought it up a little bit on Monday. And one of the glaring absences for the Hammer right now is some place for people to go outside of the content. Like this chat is happening over the course of the stream, but then stream's done, everybody parts ways and they go elsewhere. We've been debating some stuff internally. Discord is an option. Telegram is an option. That would be like less interactive chat and more so people getting a look into what we're talking about as creators. I don't know what you guys are thinking out there in terms of recommendations. I do see a lot of asks for Discord. So now my question is, and here's the real truth. A lot of our, Telegram channel would be fun. Sure.
Yeah,
Discord
Telegram
is the way.
too. Telegram to me is a lot cleaner.
Well, the difference is, and just so people know for like full awareness of our content creators. So if you think of like me, Moretto, Kanish, Powers, Hitman, TA, Suma, the full gambit of our content creators, we're all on Telegram all day long. We interact via Telegram. We're not on Discord a lot. We could easily launch a Discord. My question to people out there is, do you care if the Hammer creators are involved? Because I'll pop in once a week just to see what's going on, but I don't spend my days on Discord. Neither does Kanish and this and that. So what would you prefer, a Discord community where a lot of the creators are absent, where you guys can communicate amongst yourselves, or a Telegram behind the scenes type of look thing? And that would be interesting to hear in terms of what people think there.
I think, yeah. So with the Telegram, it would be like, I don't think there would be a way for everyone to post their own messages and stuff. It would be more like all the creators and everyone involved in the Hammer would be posting regularly throughout the week, having discussions, having conversations, adding, whether it's plays or posting their numbers on games or different things like that. Whereas a Discord would be maybe a lot less creator involved, but it would be a lot more of a community feel where all the people that are talking to each other in the chat can stay in the chat.
Yeah.
Just on a different platform. I can't stand Discord. I hate Discord.
I don't like the platform.
I don't like.
I grew up on Slack, and Slack is kind of outdated now, and everybody's kind of moved on. I personally liked Slack a lot better, but I'm also a lot more familiar with it, and I'm an old man. The BetStamp Discord is independent of us, I will say. So
also a lot of channels. It would require a ton of management to like moderate all that stuff.
yeah, it really would. Run,
I do see
Jordan.
a lot of Telegram
Run.
reporting here. If I knew how to post a poll, I would, but I do not know how.
How do we post a poll? There's got to be a way.
I just looked and I'm like, this is actually harder than I thought.
Wow, Jason's been working hard. I think we got to do it directly from, I don't know, from YouTube. I don't know.
I don't know.
Grew up on Slack. Isn't Slack 5? I used to use Slack when I was working at the Score, and I left the Score in like 2016. So it's older than that.
So when I was at the Score, so I got there, I think like right after you left, probably. And they were on Google Chats. And then they switched over. I was there for like 4 or 5 years. They switched over like halfway through from Google Chats back to Slack.
Right.
Slack is. I'm so used to it. I like it a lot.
Then I got to add, just because in the interest of transparency, this is the elephant in the room. We probably would launch free for whatever we do, but at some point or another, we would like to have some sort of paid subscription for the Hammer. So that also plays into what we're doing and how big we can make things. I saw someone say, could we do like a daily Zoom call? Let's just do it. And I'm dying of laughter. Oh man. Yeah, it's tough. We've been thinking about it a lot. We definitely want to do something. Let's put it that way. We're not doing a dub club. We're not doing a dub club. Yeah. Also, like some of the behind the scenes talk has to be behind the scenes, you know?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it would change the conversation would change a little. It would evolve a little bit more maybe civil is the word I'm looking for.
Yep. All right. Who is that questionable to return that they just showed there? What the I missed that for Green Bay. Evan Williams, starting safety.
It's a second and goal now, or did you already see that? Or are we already on third and goal? And
second and goal.
Okay.
Jacobs ran down to the 2 or 3.
I saw that just like that play just finished when I asked.
Yeah. I mean, really, we
can't charge $15 a month for Habs over 6.5. Habs to win.
Oh my God, Jordan Love, what are you doing? Love,
interception,
man,
or did he just miss a wide open guy?
Wide open, man. What is this guy is put on this earth to fucking fuck with me. Kraft is wide.
Do you remember when he had a huge end to last season and everyone was talking about how he's like an MVP conversation and this and that? Like, honestly.
I could see it again. I could see him having like a couple of huge games in the playoff. Like he.
But this Packers team, like as a Vikings fan, they don't scare me. I think we match up pretty well with them. Like, honestly, the Lions don't scare me either. The Lions are obviously a great team. But
come on, that's definitely PI. Okay, I don't care that. No, it was picked.
PI?
It was picked, but it's definitely PI. Definite. Okay. 100%. There's no chance. Does the Hammer have a nope?
No, but we there is an exciting project we're working on coming in January. So stay tuned for more information on that. Not quite a notebook, but notebook.
How is it that I have no fucking clue what you're talking about?
Well, with Kirk, the newsletter.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I got it.
Yeah.
I know. No, sorry, my bad. Are we all on BetStamp? We track every show on BetStamp, Mark. We track every show on BetStamp. I also use BetStamp every day, but I maintain a private account. See what's going on tonight. Got 300,000 NBA props going.
I had a ton of Valanciunas props.
Yeah, same.
Did he do played it? They all voided because he didn't start. I guess.
No, he played.
I guess. Yeah, but he didn't start the game. And where I played them where I played them
Got
all.
it.
You need a player must start for action. So yeah,
I understand.
go on mine with it.
Get in there.
Jacob?
Let's go. Let's fucking go, Jacobs. Okay, we're back in business. We are back. I'm feeling okay right now, honestly. I'm feeling okay.
I mean, a lot has gone wrong for the Packers in this half, and they're still down just 3. That's
and the Lions haven't really been like outside of the first drive. They've had 3 drives since then, and they've picked up.
yeah.
2
They
yards,
scored on their
12 yards,
scripted drive.
14. Yeah. Although I am kind of getting worried about these Packers defensive injuries now as well. Van Ness, Williams, that's now 4 starters out on defense if you count Cooper and Alexander coming into the game. But yeah,
Live
run the ball.
Is what are we looking at here? Kind of back to where the pregame line was.
Yep. Oh. We're back. This is a sweat.
You want that though. You need that.
Yeah.
This
I
is perfect this way.
You don't need it, but this is right now. I'm feeling good. Let's mark this time, 9:22 p.m. Eastern time. I'm feeling good.
Sometimes with those really big ones, like it's almost anticlimactic if you get out to a big lead or whatever. It's like it just wins, no doubter, right from the start. It's kind of nice to have a little like you want to always be like in a more comfortable position than down 10-0, obviously. But like if you're like tied for most of the game, I don't mind it sometimes. I mean, if you win, if you lose it, and I'd rather obviously not have the sweat. You're miserable.
Number 1 is the wire-to-wire winner. You'll never convince me otherwise. I don't want a sweat, but if I do have a sweat, that is much better than betting the Titans +6 at the Commanders and then being down 21-0 in like the first 10 minutes of the game and knowing you have 0 hope.
Yes.
The 0 hope game sucks.
Well, those put you in the ground.
AD says, do you think Ferrari taking it down this weekend? I honestly don't know. You'd be the guy I would, heed to your expertise. I've just been following the Verstappen George Russell drama for the last 2 days. Both of those guys are fucking losers. That's what I'll tell you about those two. Can't stand either of them. I'm leaning towards a Discord right now, to be honest. I don't know.
A Discord would. So
I'll only do a Discord if AD agrees to be part of it, and we'll give him some mod privileges as well. This way he can't get booted this time.
AD, big Edgework fan.
Is AD in the Edgework chat?
He's in there pretty regularly, yeah.
Nice. That's good to hear. You guys lost him a bunch of money this year or what?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, Albert, did you see Albert today? Just fire on every dog. Took that Sharks money line. They're only down 8-1.
Oh, they're down. I have over in that game.
I have under in that game. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. Are the Flyers live? I need the Flyers.
The Flyers are up right now. Yeah, they were down 4-2. Now they're up 5-4.
Wow. So they're gonna lose. I shouldn't even have asked.
I ended up playing a little over on that with Fedotov and Knight.
Yeah. AD fading Edgework. You don't want to be, I'll tell you this about the content space. You don't want to be right in the middle. You want to either be having a good season or a terrible season, because you want people
as a show, we're right in that middle range right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's a problem. Might have to bring Jason on once a week.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Let Jason and Albert do a few shows together. We'll be good.
I actually had a great idea for Jason. Hear me out.
Yeah.
I watched the Bryson DeChambeau hole-in-one challenge where he's trying to hit a hole-in-one over his house, right? He's got his green in the backyard. So day 1, he gets 1 shot. Day 2, he gets 2 shots, and he gets to do it until he hits a hole-in-one. Why don't we do the same thing with Jason and hitting a 100-1 bet? On day one, he can only make one bet. On day two, he can make two. I just want to see how long that would go.
100 to 1.
Or maybe let's make it 50 to 1, something like that.
That would be fun. I think that could go on
Jason
for a
is the
long
guy to
time
do
with
it.
Jason. Yeah.
I think Jason is the guy to do it, honestly.
He will get so tilted too. Like he will get so rattled when those aren't hitting.
He has to track it in a notebook. He should. He should have to write them down and post them.
No, you can't do futures. Have to be bets the grade within that day, like before the end of the day, I'd say.
I agree. It's got to be a daily thing.
Yeah.
Got to be a daily. And there was someone said with his own money, he should have to put $1 down on every bet. I'll reimburse him for it. I think it's only fair, although no one's going to be tailing these. He's not recommending to tail them. I don't know. I could go either way on that one.
That can be one of the Discord sub channels.
Jason.
That's the other thing with Discord is you end up with like 45 channels in a Discord, and it's just a nightmare to try and keep track of who's saying what where.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Brink says you'll never find enough bets. Easily find enough bets. Look, a day like today, you could do a million things. Plus with SGPs nowadays, you know how easy it is? Very easy.
You know what? For a guy who calls himself the negative correlation king, probably a good challenge for him to really put that nickname to the test.
Yeah, it is. I agree. 2nd and 5 at the 37. Oh, that guy, I think he was offside on Green Bay. Wow. I think they caught a break. They didn't flag him. This guy looked like he lined up in the neutral zone, no?
Well, I still haven't seen the play. My play clock's at 8, 7, 6.
You'll
there
know
we
exactly
go.
what I'm talking about.
The corner. Yeah, the corner at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. I think we got away with that. Evan Williams is a big loss. I agree. 3rd and 5. The Lions do love to run in these situations, but I wonder if they'll do it again because they got stuffed last time.
Jason
Maybe
making
they'll
his
run
Uncut Gems NBA parlay. Did you watch Uncut Gems? Did you like it?
Yeah.
I know people were very divided over it.
Yeah. So I've only watched it once. Mm-hmm. I actually found that it induced a lot of anxiety watching it.
Of it. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
it was really well done in that regard.
I actually thought it was a really good movie, but I'm a big stickler at that time. This was before SGPs came out, and the bets that Sandler wanted to make were the fucking dumbest bets, and I couldn't really get over that.
The opening tip-off and all the shit he was.
I'm like, you could never parlay this stuff, would it? And then a couple of years later, you can.
You can. So they were ahead of their time.
Yes.
They were ahead of their time. I know a lot of people in the gambling space were so anti that movie because this is so stupid. Look at the bets he's making. If you could just not be an idiot for a second, just separate that. Who cares about the bets he's making? Just the movie itself was so good. And obviously not anywhere close to that extent, but I was in places like that in high school where I was holy fuck, I'm so over my head right now. I don't know how I'm gonna pay this. And the stress and you could relate to it on that level too.
It's true.
Man, so good.
Yeah, it's true.
Then they win the opening tip and he goes nuts and we're finished if you don't get that one. Fuck man, the sweat that you must have been going through. Jesus.
Yes. Dog is unhappy. The dog is unhappy with Detroit driving gear.
Oh, I just got home from volleyball.
I just don't want this to go to the Lions scoring right to end the half here. That would be upsetting. Okay, Marcus says owning Mahoney, same theme, far better. Owning Mahoney's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. I actually do think it's the best gambling movie. I've watched that so many times now. That is the true degenerates. So I think owning Mahoney is better than Uncut Gems, but I like both movies.
Yeah.
We'll go back.
Owning Mahoney and Rounders are right there for as 1 and 2. They're both really good. 2 for the Money was
no, not my
movie. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Brandon
It wasn't
Lang
great.
special. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was so corny, man. It was so fucking
it was.
cheesy.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mahoney was based on a true story. That was actually a Toronto banker.
Yeah.
I believe they filmed the movie in Toronto. Most
Yeah,
of
a lot of it was filmed here, and
Yeah.
that little airport he flew in and out of.
Yeah. Billy Bishop to Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say like Love Rounders, as cheesy as it is. I'm gonna ignore maybe the uncut gems. I listen to each their own. Movies are subjective. Rounders is pretty cheese. That's the one thing that like I've watched Rounders 100 times. There's a lot of cheese in there. Like why would they make the tell to be? I know they like the Oreos is so stupid.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
As that being Petty KGB's main tell. It's really dumb.
Yeah. I mean, you can pick apart so much of that stuff from all these gambling movies. Like there's none that are done perfectly in that sense. You just have to separate them. Like as people who like bet a lot and are in that world, you just have to be able to separate it from the movie itself. And they hit on a lot of other
I just
stuff
find it to be so lazy. Like, could they not have interacted with some sort of gambling expert poker player and been like, hey, I just don't get it.
Here, yeah. See, I do. I agree with this. This is a good point.
You could have still done that to the average viewer, right? With good camera work. I get it. Just not a huge fan.
Have you seen Cincinnati Kid?
Yes, I have.
I haven't seen Cincinnati
Kid. Okay, so here's my experience with Cincinnati Kid. At the first Bet Bash, before Bet Bash started, there was Alan Boston doing a movie review. Mm-hmm. And Cincinnati Kid is Alan Boston's favorite movie. So basically, a bunch of people in a room watching it, and then him speaking for like 45 minutes afterwards, talking about why he loves the movie. I'll be honest with you, I was in and out. I didn't catch a lot of it. So it was tough. I think it's probably like a nostalgia thing for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really hit home with me. It didn't.
I'm gonna have to watch it now. There's a movie called Win It All.
Yep.
With Jake Johnson. It's like he's like a card player. He's an addict, whatever. It's like a very like indie sort of movie, but that's a pretty good one too.
Van Ness is back in the game, by the way. He was on that play. I don't know why the clock is running. I don't know. Like this is painful to watch.
LaFleur has some fake sharp vibes, eh?
I mean, they used the timeout after the first down run.
Did they? Okay. I'm still not even there yet. I'm living in the Stone Age right now.
Yeah. This is upsetting me. I'm upset again. At least I could live in that moment where I was feeling good for a bit.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That was great.
We'll always have 10-7. Yeah, I wanted to play the Zach Hyman goal on Edric this morning, but he wasn't confirmed back in the lineup, so there were no odds up at the time. So we didn't add it to our parlay. We didn't give it out, and then guess who didn't even end up going to bet it? Me. That's why he scored.
Unreal. Did he get in? They calling him down at the 1, or did he get in? Now one ref's calling a touchdown that ran in. Oh, God. I don't think he got in, man. Can they use replay assist? They did. 3rd down. Let's go.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, that means another timeout's going to have to get burnt here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's short.
What's your play call here on 3rd down?
Every time,
run it again.
Every time, naked bootleg.
Naked
if you were
bootleg.
if you're a defensive coordinator against me, you'd know that I'm running naked bootleg in this situation.
I hate that it's gonna be ruined for me. There's not even a point in me watching this.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough being in these types of situations.
Oh, awful.
On the AWS StatCast view, they defined replay assist as anything that can be seen with the first replay. Interesting. I like that. Is this where Jason gets his touchdown with Sewell?
Oh. I'd give him 30-1 right now.
Oh yeah, that would be incredible. Like this unfortunately, I kind of wish they got it on second down there and Green Bay, because now that, like, if they get stopped on third down here, this is going to be a run, because the Lions will run the clock all the way down to 11 seconds and then decide what they want to do, right? Like, this has to be a run. I would sell out to stop
I would
the run.
100% run the ball here. Where are you at here? Have they started the play clock yet? Like, I'm still at...
Yeah, my play clock is at 17, 16.
Okay, so yeah.
15. You'll live through me right now.
Yep.
It was a run. He got stopped a yard. He lost a yard.
Wow. Okay.
So, but the reason it's the right call.
Yeah,
because
now you run the clock down and now you can decide what you want to do. I would still go for it here.
I will say, so this is closer than people will think in terms of go and don't go, because you lose
fucking crushed.
You lose the advantage of Green Bay starting with the ball.
Yeah, pinning them down there, right?
Pinning them deep.
Yeah.
So this one's actually closer. I don't have like the models up in front of me or anything like that. I assume Dan Campbell will go for it because he's generally a gambler, but these ones are closer.
Now, I don't know. I don't know enough about this stuff in terms of the go for it, like the go for it and whatnot. But does Green Bay getting the ball first in the second half have any impact on your decision here, or no? Probably not, right? Because they're going to, I mean, there's still so many possessions left in the game regardless, so it doesn't really matter.
Yes. Yeah. Listen, if I was Dan Campbell, I would go, because I think your offense is going to convert in this situation more than an average offense as well. Just because the O-line is so good. Granted, I mean, no Taylor Decker today. You got fucking Dan Skipper at left tackle, but oh man, this would be a big stop. I'm just going to watch you. I'm just going to watch you. I have to get away from the chat for a second, just to make sure that. Oh, so easy.
Oh no. Okay.
So easy.
Who was
it? We cashed a bet. It was Gibbs receiving.
Okay.
Amazing.
Is that his third catch already? Yeah.
It is. Yeah. In hindsight, McGough scoring would have been a lot better.
That was embarrassing. You might as well have not even had anyone on him.
Yeah, it's him in the open field. That's what I mean about the Detroit offense being so good. They just have.
The Vikings were a 3rd and 3 away from beating them.
I know.
That was a frustrating game. We got them. We'll get them in Detroit. I really need Green Bay to win this game so the Vikings can keep their division hopes alive here. We're running out of games to catch them.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a Vikings fan, I think it's the Eagles that scare me more than the Lions in terms of like playing on the road. I think that we will be able to run our offense and run everything pretty effectively still in the Dome in Detroit. Like, we still, I know that that Ben Johnson has got the better of Flores a good amount, but I still think that I still don't mind the way we match up with Detroit. The Eagles, I have so many nightmares of going into Philly with this Vikings team. I can't do it again. I cannot do it again.
I remember that one.
Oh,
I do remember that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
McDuffie got fucking torched on that.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta at that point, you just have to grab the receiver. It doesn't matter anymore. Like it's an auto touchdown if the guy beats you. You gotta grab him and just deal with the fact that you're gonna get a PI and it's gonna be replayed at the 1 yard line. Oh man. Al Michaels talking about what Green Bay's been held to in terms of yardage for the half. They've had one less possession, Al.
The best thing about this watch along is that I can just mute this, mute the commentary. I don't even have to listen to it.
Al Michaels is brutal, man. I got to see. It was last week when which week was I not on? A few weeks ago. I was sick. It was a Cleveland Pittsburgh game, and I got to hear Michaels that game. It's the first because I don't really hear the commentary anymore. It's sad, man. I used to love Al Michaels so much.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I feel bad. Like people shit on him so much now. He's just old. Like he's just lost his fastball, and I get it. Like you know what? He's at a certain age where he's done this for so long. It's hard to care enough to at this point. The nostalgia I have for him, man. I still love Al. Like I still just hearing his voice is just like, yeah, takes me back.
Yeah. I'm just listening to Matt LaFleur here going into the half. What's Jacobs at for total yards? 49, and you've got only 9 carries. Yeah. Just got to come out of the half and pound the rock, man. Just run it down. Oh, man. Do you guys think Ben Johnson will show some sort of loyalty and refuse to take a job within the division? Sounds like he wants the reports were that he wanted the Bears job. I don't know.
Doesn't fucking take that Bears job.
I honestly don't.
That would scare me a little bit.
Yeah. There's no they don't like I don't know Ben Johnson. I don't know him well. It seems like knows that he's in a position where he'd be coveted by any team in the league.
Yes.
So he's just picking his spot. I think if it comes up and it's a divisional spot, he would take it if that's what he wants.
Yeah. It's going to be it's going to be one of the more attractive job openings, I would think.
Right.
Well, I guess ownership is kind of a mess there and stuff like that. I don't know. There's other issues like.
I wonder if Ben Johnson could fix Trevor Lawrence. You know?
Yeah. I mean, Jacksonville, not a terrible place to live. They got, honestly, that franchise is such a mess.
I know.
Ownership's a mess. It's all a fucking mess.
It's pretty bad.
I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence. Like,
I do as well, but like, I do and I don't. He's had like a fairly decent sample size now.
He has.
And he's not moving the needle.
I know. You keep waiting, there's always signs of it coming too, and then he just he can't take that second step forward.
Yeah. Because there's not a lot of coveted positions. Like who wants to be the Jets head coach? Who wants to be the Giants head coach if they fire Daboll? Those are bad spots. I mean,
who else is on the chart? I do wonder, depending how this year ends. There was some I know it was very light Twitter buzz. I don't know how serious any of this stuff was, but about some Dolphins players maybe being a little bit pissed off about McDaniel and how can you be tough as a team when your coach is soft, and he was in there shivering, standing in front of the heaters and whatever. I don't know how real any of that was, but I do wonder if McDaniel is on the hot seat, and I think he should be.
But how much could Ben Johnson possibly improve that offense?
No, it's true.
That offense is pretty much operating at peak efficiency, right?
That's not their issue. Yeah.
I mean, they have a quarterback who doesn't really have the arm strength. They've been able to scheme around that, and
he honestly, can't stay healthy.
Yeah, and it's a completely different offense this year. It still worked. They were a big downfield passing offense. Now that everything underneath, they found multiple ways to make it work. I really wonder. I mean, I don't think Gerard Mayo is getting fired, but that would be Ben Johnson with Drake May
Oh yeah, that would be. I wanted Drake May. I like Drake May. All of last season, I was hoping that somehow the Vikings would land, but you know what? I'm happy with JJ.
Yeah.
Well, what do we
I'm
got here
looking
for
at
second half line, by the way?
Yeah, I'm looking now. Second, the only issue that I have with the second half oversteam here is that the last Green Bay drive was their pretty much their only successful drive, because they had the first two drives were punts, then Watson fumbled, then they had the 11 play 68-yard drive, and they ran the ball pretty heavily on that drive. 8 rushes, 3 passes. I worry that that's what they go with in this type of scenario. And they really bleed clock. That would be my concern with second half over at this point. Because that drive was 7 minutes, 26 seconds to go 68 yards. Don't love that. I honestly don't.
We're sitting at a 3 on the side here.
I could put together something second half, though, maybe. Let's think this through here, people. What do we want to build around for second half? What do you want to build around?
His Panthers-Flyers game is insane, by the way.
Oh, that's not what I want to hear.
No, it's 6-5 Panthers.
That means
now.
Florida has done damage late in the third, too. Late in the third. Jacobs 100+. Already have that going in. Do we want to double down? Reed TD, Love pass yards alts.
Jacobs is at 80.5 right now for his full game total.
Yeah. Which is
100 plus is the same price as it was pregame.
Yeah. It's pretty much on par, but here's the issue that I'm having. With this game state, Detroit's up 10. And normally that is conducive to the other team passing the ball more. But they have the ball first possession.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to run the ball on the first possession because that's what worked for them last possession. And that's why I'm having trouble here with like Jordan Love alts or anything like that. Because I actually think it's going to work. I think they can.
And if they run the ball and score points, then they're not going to, like, we're pretty far away from game script getting away from Jacobs.
Yeah. Oh, man. I feel like the Lions pass rush is going to slow down. It hasn't been there since like the first few plays of the game or the first couple of drives. Let's Martingale to catch a pass bets in the second half. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I just don't have a good I don't have a good opinion here. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because everything I would normally do in this situation is counterintuitive to what I think the Packers would do in this situation. Okay, Jacobs' third quarter rushing alts. Now we're talking. Now we're in business. That's a suggestion and a half. Let me see what we got here for rushing.
We
props.
got
Do we have specifically third quarter?
I think there is stuff. I think there is. I just
because that would be a look.
Maybe not.
No, there are third quarter individual lines. Anytime third quarter touchdown score, Jacobs plus 340.
Oh, here we go. Never mind. I think we do.
Yeah,
Josh Jacobs, third quarter out rushing yards. There we go.
Oh, baby. Just got posted. This
would be this is probably where I would go here. Oh, but then 540 it's a big jump.
It is a big jump.
I'd probably go.
Well, there's not a lot of yards to work with, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'd probably go 1, 2, 3 here and split like a unit up between the three of them or something like that.
Yeah, 25, 30, 40. Is that what you're thinking?
30, 35, 40.
30, 35, 40. Okay. I could get on board with that. I'd do like a half unit on that. Start with like 0.3 units on 30. Work your way up. 0.25 on 30. 0.15 on 35 plus. 0.1 on 40. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do rushing and receiving. It kind of feels like a waste, and we're just going to get. I say that now.
Yeah.
Run for the screen. It feels like.
He's gonna get a 20-yard screen first drive now for sure.
Right? Has he been targeted in the receiving game at all?
He has not been. No.
Okay, I'm playing that. I'm doing this on my computer right now. Let me get these in really quickly. I like that. Someone mentioned love 40 plus rush yards plus 600. So this would be the fallback of if Detroit starts winning in a bigger blowout, then I see that happening. Love's already at 21 yards. Could we SGP them?
Oh yeah. Jacobs 30 plus, field goal attempt, Lions punt.
Oh, you're putting together the Jason special, the PGP.
Yeah, a little bit. All
right, it's the MGP.
Little twist on it, but that's yeah. Jacobs 30 plus, Packers field goal attempt, Lions punt.
Okay. 23. Jacobs, yes. I'm down to do this. I'm going to be so depressed when the Packers line up for a field goal. But
100%. That's why you got to do it. Almost rather than punt and kick a field goal.
All right. Okay. Oh man.
I'm going to put this in now because I have to at this point.
You got to. That's the only way. If it ever gets discussed, it automatically goes in the account. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't live like that. I can't live like that. Oh man. All right. Fuck, that was such a painful end to the half. That was a painful end to that. That Christian Watson fumble. Fuck me, man. Christian Watson. That guy's been Cuck City all year.
All right, we're in. He sucks. One of the most overrated. This whole receiving room was like, wow, this receiving room is so deep, and look how good. Like Dontavion Wicks is your fourth, fifth, or like Wicks fucking sucks too. These guys can't get set. Like these guys aren't that good. I don't know, man. This Packers team.
You're not a Bo Melton or Malik Heath fan.
Bo Melton, please.
I would agree with you, by the way. So like Reed, Dobbs, Watson, Wicks. It's good in theory because you have like your third and fourth guys are above average, but you don't have like a solid number
There's
one.
no go-to. There's literally no go-to guy where you can just like rely on in a situation where you just don't have. I think Jordan Addison would be the best receiver on the Packers. Yeah.
Yep. I agree with you. I know you're trying to make it all about the Vikings again.
Yeah.
But,
I have so many years of just absolute hate towards the Packers. It's unbelievable.
I love Jordan Addison. I love Addison.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Addison would get a lot more hype if he wasn't in the shadow of Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, definitely.
Jordan Love's CPOE in the first half was negative 19.3. Third percentile. I mean, like I'm looking at it wasn't even a great half from the Packers had 56% success rate. They're running the ball, 69% success rate, 13 plays. The Lions can't run the ball. This is exactly what I would have hoped for, but fucking Christian Watson in the open fields carrying the ball like it's a fucking loaf of bread.
If I told you that Jordan Love would have 3 first half completions, you'd feel pretty good about the score being just down by 10 right now.
Yes. 3 for 7. Oh my God. Oh man. All right. Third Lions player with 12 plus rushing TDs in consecutive seasons. Wow.
We need to get we need to extract the absolute most out of Jeff tonight because he's not going to be around Sunday night. Chiefs Chargers Sunday Night Football.
It's true. He's going to be in rough shape. This isn't a fake game like the Ravens Monday Night Football either, where he was playing with house money. This is a chance.
This is a real one.
Are we going to get like are the Chiefs going to turn into the old Chiefs when DJ Humphries plays left tackle? Like, is that going to happen? I could kind of see it happening.
What do you mean by the old Chiefs?
Like the tackles are turnstiles this year.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yes, they're bad. Yeah.
Jawan Taylor, right tackle, sucks, but Wanya Morris, the other guy that was starting the BYU guy, Kingsley Suamataya or whatever, he was a disaster. Wanya Morris is also a disaster. I got to think that this is like a massive upgrade. Like, they're just getting. When does Mahomes take 5 sacks like consecutively? Just never happens.
He doesn't. But like, I feel like it doesn't even matter. Like, maybe Humphries is the guy who comes back and everything's fine now. But like, also, does this not just smell of like who gives a shit? And by the time the playoffs come around, the Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs anyways, regardless of who's up there, regardless of who's playing. Like, because to me, I know they've squeaked out a lot of wins and whatever, but like, they're winning.
Yeah.
And that's what Mahomes does. He wins these close games. And I know he's not the one out there blocking these field goals, but like, I don't know. It's just nothing about the Chiefs right now is like scaring me off of thinking they're still the team to beat in the AFC.
I'm with you on that. Like, it does have that inevitable feeling of they're just going to get to the playoffs and they're going to be fine. First carry to Jacobs, and he lost a couple of yards there.
I also really want to see. I really want Ravens Bills first round in Buffalo. I think the Ravens will run all over them, and few things I like seeing more than few things I like seeing more.
Playoff Lamar though.
Yeah, we'll get playoff Josh Allen.
It's true. 6-3 final in the cold.
Yeah.
Wow. Christian Watson like fucking just missed a block completely on that first down. Wow, they're playing everyone at the line of scrimmage now. Just one high.
Yeah, Jacobs 30+ third quarter, not looking great.
Come on, Watson, you clown. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Big play.
All right. Big play. He was wide open, man. 60 yards. Let's go.
They haven't even snapped the ball for me yet.
Sorry, he was so wide open when Love threw it that I'm like, if he does not catch this ball.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Carlton Davis, thanks for coming out. Dude got dusted hard. Gonna lose his third quarter bet on Josh Jacobs. I honestly don't give a shit at this point, though. I don't. Although, field goal attempt would be big for you here.
Yeah. I say I have a little bit more on that Packers plus 4.5. So
it was a good defensive play by Davis there, but you got to catch that, Watson, man. Like, this guy can't make 2 good plays in a row. Is that even possible? Let's bring in Jeff for the good juju for the third quarter. Let's get Jeff in here. I was going to wait till the end of this drive, but we're sweating Packers together. I think you wore a green hoodie. Look at this, Feinberg. How's it going, man? No sound. No sound.
Mute.
No sound.
Before that,
something's up.
Something's ET. Go home. One of those. Oh. Okay. Testing. 1, 2.
Check.
There we go.
Okay, we're good. We're in business. We're in business now. We're in business. Man. It's all right. Yeah, we blame.
I have a vendetta against the yard here, but I don't know if the Packers don't. Minor joy, major depression is how I would describe that first half.
Yeah.
But I don't mean actual depression. I mean like fresh, like when the other team converts a third down and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
like that.
Kind of
no, I don't mean like real life depression. I mean like how you feel when the other team that you bet against keeps converting third downs. Yes. Thank you.
I knew bringing Jeff in was good. Tucker Kraft, baby. Ali McNeil ruled out. It's all happening. It's all happening.
That was the most frustrating half I've watched of, I don't know. Obviously, it's because, betting, but that was a frustrating half, man. Oh, God damn it.
The Watson fumble killed me.
And you're a Chargers fan, so that's...
Yeah, I guess. Oh, I got I got my nephew. I got my nephew McConkey jersey.
There you go.
Oh, that's a nice.
Could have took him to a Chargers game last year, but instead you just waited a year and got him a McConkey jersey.
And
He's gonna be real happy about that.
And a Gibbs jersey. And last year I got him a Jefferson and something else. Listen, Rob, he knows when vibes are low, you're not gonna vibes are low. When vibes are high, you win. And that's all.
I'm gonna ask you to turn the mic down slightly.
I just turned it down a little bit. I don't know if that did anything. I tried to do it in the settings here.
Don't go nuts. I didn't even know we had settings because Jason's never done that in the history of the world.
Yeah, I just turned his mic volume down a little bit. It should. I don't think you have to do anything, Jeff. I think it's okay now.
All right. Well, we're gonna see.
I don't know what the StreamYard wants from me. I swear to God, I feel like I give it a limb every time. Every time I feel like it takes another piece out of me.
Oh man, could we get? Is it too much to ask for a Jared Goff pick 6 on this drive? Could we just get a Jared Goff pick 6? I would use my one time for this game. I'll tell you right now, I would use my one time.
I don't know. I mean, I'd love a Jared Goff pick 6. That touchdown was disgusting. No, my thing wasn't even loud.
No, don't worry. It's not your fault. It's Jason's fault. Jason should have been here tonight.
What happened to Jason?
I can't.
A lot of
stuff going on behind the scenes that
okay.
That, can't discuss, but just got to be careful with what I say.
But I don't know if I'm inside the joke or outside the joke, so I'll just leave it. I don't want to play.
It's very, very sensitive. It's currently an investigation happening behind the scenes. That's all I can say. And until that investigation is resolved, he's just not going to be on the streams for a little bit. So, yeah. I mean, Dictator Jay thinks this is a shtick. It's not a shtick. I'm telling you what's going on. There's something happening
at least for the next few days. He will not be. He will not be on here.
I have no idea what's going on. So okay.
I mean, if anyone noticed, Zach did the Thursday Night Football preview with Suma today. Saturday, he will not be on the stream with Hitman. Pizza Buffet, I'm running my own Sunday morning. We got some stuff we got to take care of.
And then Sunday night is Zach, and Monday night is Zach. And Forward Progress Monday show is going to be rejigged a little bit and moved. So this is not a shtick. No shtick.
Yeah. It's that's it. I mean, no, there's definitely not PDF file allegations. That's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here,
man.
Yeah, I don't know where we go from 0 to 100. I'm just this little investigation happening. That's all we need to know. That's all.
So Jeff, how you feeling about this week?
So when I didn't explain it properly, but when I came in for the stream and I was like, it's a mulligan, house money game. What I sort of meant was, and then 2 plays in, McConkey makes a sick play and I get excited and people are like, oh, you said it was a house money game. Why are you getting excited? The highs can still be high.
Yep.
But the lows, I don't know how low the lows can get.
You're not depressed when they lose or if something bad. They're not going to crush you by losing, but they can excite you by winning. You can be happy that you're playing with house money.
Everyone else is on bye around them. So they kind of have a free game. Either they'll be 8-5 with the Ravens and the Broncos and still 2 games or whatever up on the Colts, maybe more, or they'll get ahead of it. So I guess the easy way to say it is their playoff probability won't fluctuate much with a loss.
Mhm.
And the AFC playoff picture is kind of lacking entertainment. Like it's actually because the Bengals, the Jets, the Dolphins, I guess you could say the Jags maybe based on like where some people would have like put them in August.
Yeah.
But there's no competition for the playoff spots.
Yeah,
the
if the
AFC.
Broncos lost
It's
on Monday,
only-
it would have made it a little bit interesting at least, but now
The Broncos and the Colts play out of the bye. I mean, if the Colts lose that game, it could be just over. Could
I
be
think
a
all
month.
the playoff races are going to suck this year. It's
No, but
shaping
at
up
least
to
like
be-
the NFC West will at least be entertaining.
Yes. Hello.
I'm behind.
Let's go, Packers.
I'm way behind.
I'm behind. I'm
we
behind.
got the golf INT, baby.
Yes, Rob.
Wow,
yes.
let's go.
Woo.
Not the pick 6, but we got the INT. Woo.
But yeah,
Let's go.
but yeah, Rob, the playoff
Okay.
races. The NFC West is the most entertaining playoff situation in the league. Like that's way more entertaining to me than like Tampa or Atlanta. Credit
And it's
to
all
our boy
divisional
Mayo
games. Yeah.
for his like 9-1s, and I'm like, fuck Tampa. I think Cam said it last week on your show, Rob. They really are the Rodney Dangerfield of the NFL the last 2 years. Like no respect at all. I wish I had some of those like big Mayo futures. Tampa division, whatever. But like, do you care? Tampa, Atlanta? Like, do you
No,
care?
I don't give a
No.
shit to see
But,
which,
like,
team,
I-
which of those teams gets wiped. In
But
the
I'm
first round.
actually interested to see how the NFC, like I care. I don't actually care, but the NFC West playing out over the last month seems way more entertaining.
Oh, Branch is hurt.
I agree.
Oh my
Branch
God,
is hurt?
man. Branch is down. Oh, he's
Down.
popped back up. He looked like he was
Vikings NFC North is live. Live.
Yeah, it is.
Vikings NFC North is live. It is way more live than people realize.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It is.
The I don't even want to say it. But if the Packers actually do win this game, tomorrow morning people are going to ask like, can they win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Like
they-
on the talking head shows. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
gonna be like the one or two block. Like, not that I even watch those shows, but the Packers beat the Lions in Detroit on national television. I have no Packers futures this year. Last year I had lots. Most of them cashed. Other
They're
than
running.
the crazy ones.
They're playing
I don't
quick
think you're
here.
missing out.
Yeah, just go.
Like, yes,
just keep running.
yes.
Just
Seems
keep
like a
running.
touchdown based on the chat.
Yes. Let's fucking go.
Is it a touchdown, Rob? Okay, here he goes.
Oh.
Yes. Woo!
Jeff,
What a-
can't leave
what
the
a
stream
start.
tonight, bud. You're
Bro,
stuck
that
here.
was better than a pick six. It took a couple more minutes off the clock.
It's true. It's true. That got Jeff
Yes!
to 56, 2 tutters. I'm feeling good now. Don't stop running. Don't stop running. Da-da-da. That was bad.
And this
That
is
was
why the Lions don't scare me as much as like years past, where you have that elite team that like everyone thinks is the team to beat. They've always had these stud quarterbacks. Like I'd be way more scared of Mahomes or like any of these, like even Allen, whatever. I'm not. Jared Goff can still Jared Goff on a night to night basis. Like Jared Goff does this still way too often for a guy who's supposed to be like, you know, his team is the team to be. I don't know. They don't give me like, as a Vikings fan, I'm not terrified of this team. Where I've been in years past, I'm terrified of playing the Eagles, or I'm terrified of playing San Fran. I know we're not going to beat some of these teams. I'm not terrified of like even in the.
I like how you talk. You
When they
talk
get
just
the-
like
just-
Jeff, like you're on the team as well. By the way, I see.
Yeah,
I love
listen,
the
I
way
don't
you-
care. I don't care.
Yeah, you guys are a part of the organization. You know,
Yes.
I'm a Chargers
I am.
staff member, Viking
Yeah.
staff member here.
I do my part. I do my part.
I will say, because I just got a WhatsApp message from one of my friends, my good buddy Steve. He was the best man at my wedding, but he's a very bad better, very bad better. But he's been going on and on in the last 3 or 4 weeks about the Super Bowl logo this year.
It's
You
in
guys
New
have seen
Orleans. I know the logo. I saw it like 2 days after last year's Super Bowl.
the Super Bowl logo has 4 colors in it. If you
Oh, that
see-
shtick. That shit.
And
No,
he's
they
been
had
going,
this. Dude,
he's been
this
going on and on
logo-
about this. No, Lions can't make the conference championship because the logo has
Is what?
green and yellow for the NFC, and it's red and blue for the AFC. So he's convinced it's going to be Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles, Packers. The whole thing is scripted. This is true. This is a great friend of mine, but he's been talking all week.
Yeah, but this has been a
about-
thing for years. People doing this
Is this the
logo
logo?
thing. Yeah, that's the logo. Some like local woman from New Orleans designed it. I will say this. Now that we're here, the truest I sometimes think I'm just a boomer when it's like it was better back in the day. But how the logo art on the Super Bowls when we were kids was amazing.
I know.
It
I
was
looked at old
amazing.
school ones. It was so good.
Like, I don't understand why, like, it's so corporate now that they got rid of the insane logo art from our youth that added just such, I don't know. It's so weird. WrestleMania is really the only thing that sticks with the, that tries to do, like, the classical logo art of our youth.
Right.
I don't even know how well they do it, but I don't know. The NFL got into it a bit, but around Super Bowl 50, they went years with just like a silver logo. It was really sad.
Yeah. I see
Yeah,
these
this one.
posters.
Yeah, that one on the far right. Or yeah, any of those posters. Those are the
See,
goods.
Jason would know
Yeah.
how to zoom in right now. It's one of the only good things it's one of the few things he's good at. There we go. There we go. Still not.
Yeah, they really
best,
died. Like
not
right
great, but,
around
you know.
Super Bowl 40, it went downhill. And then it went really downhill for a period.
Gotta
But
hide
now they're
that
getting
Google
back
issue.
to it. Now they're getting back to it a little. Because as you saw, that one has some art like flair in it. But yeah.
Oh, Rob,
Those,
you
I
got
don't know,
very
used to
good.
be better. Like you can't convince me. It wasn't better. Those logos were so cool.
Yep. I'm with you. Oh man. It's how I feel about wrestling back in the day relative to wrestling now. It's just like I try to watch like a Raw now and I'm like, how do I do wrestling used to be
Yeah, I
so
tried.
cool.
I was
It was like
actually into it like way longer, but I don't know. I just
Yeah.
can't anymore. Although people who really like it say they've actually been doing a good job lately. I can't.
I know.
I can't. No matter how
just
hard
relative.
I try, I can't.
Yeah.
Even like
Yeah.
the Royal Rumble is like boring for me now. When the stuff that I'd watch like once a year.
I mean, remember the King in the Ring where like they'd have the same wrestler would have like 3 matches in one night.
Oh,
Guy, like
yeah.
fucking separated shoulder in the first match, had to wrestle 2 more times over the course of the night. Like those were the days. Thank you very much for the donation, Drew. Find it incredibly rich. Moretto's talking crack about Goff with Darnold as his QB. What a bum fight.
But no one is talking about the Vikings as the team to beat. Is the thing.
Donated $10. He just donated.
No,
$10.
but
So you gotta-
look, we appreciate the donation, Drew.
Yeah,
Thank you very
he donated
much.
his money to tell you that.
Yeah, to tell me
let
to
him tell
fuck
him
off,
that.
Darnold sucks. No, but no one's
All right, big third
saying
down,
the Vikings
boys.
are the team
Let's
to beat
go,
here
Rob.
in the NFC. That's the difference here. That's the big difference.
Let's go, Rob. Let's go. Big
Laporta
third
was
down.
open. He just dropped that. Sammy Laporte. All right, this is a big third down here. I'm sweating. I think I'm getting taken to task on NBA props tonight, though. It's
St.
been a
Brown's
good week.
Pretty quiet today.
Yeah, I haven't really noticed him, honestly.
3 catches
Haven't
for
really
14 yards.
What do you make of Rob? I know like fantasy doesn't matter, and we're not here to talk it. Just what are the ethics on like the fucking piece of shit and not my home league, because it was my buddy, like a real buddy. I'd go nuts. But guys who are totally
one second, Jeff, really quickly. What's
there's a
going on
ref
with this
down.
ref?
There's a ref hurt.
Like a-
There's a ref hurt. Old men.
Was it like
Yeah,
he
that's
got like run into? Oh, okay. It wasn't like he collapsed or nothing like that. No.
Like
Okay, no.
people.
I was just wondering what that was because there's a big crowd around him. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
People who are like eliminated in their leagues, using all of their like waiver money or waiver priority on Eddie Guardado from the 49er
Eddie
backfield.
Guardado.
Like that is such low. I don't know.
I think it's
like
I
once
think
you're out, you're out, man. Like you're
no,
out.
but you gotta you want teams to stay competitive because like think about it.
No, but there's no rules. If there's rules for that, like not coming in last, that's like fine. But once you're out and you can set a line, I don't know, whatever.
But what about like say this team that added him and spent all their money is playing a team that is fighting?
No, but that's not the case.
And then you're another team that's fighting for a playoff spot. You would want that team or the teams that are out to do.
There's only one playoff spot up for grabs. And it's between me and a guy that I'm playing. It's like a playoff game before the playoffs.
Right.
Everyone else is locked in. This person's eliminated. Whatever. Yeah, I guess I just suck it up. Suck it up.
Right. I do want to come out really quickly. A little bit of trivia here. Can you guys name the 4 major league teams that Eddie Guardado pitched for?
Minnesota Twins.
Bingo.
The Seattle Mariners.
2 for 2. And you're going in order right now. He went Minnesota to Seattle.
Yes. And now this is when he would have been shitty, though. Did he end up on the Nationals?
No. So he went from Seattle to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
And then Cincinnati to Texas.
And he was like straight probably gas can by that point.
Yeah, he went Texas, Minnesota, Texas to end his career. So he repeated. He was definitely gas can at that point. Yeah, Eddie Guardado. What a reference, man. I cannot believe you pulled that one out. I cannot believe you pulled that one.
I agree. And fantasy, like, yeah, it does suck. At this point, Rob, in my league, like once you're out, we have a buddy who's like pretty good, like a good sports bettor, knows his shit. He one time like won a 32-person fantasy league and won a trip to the Super Bowl. But in our 24 years of home league, he's never won. And it is like our prized possession of the home league. And this guy is like pretty successful at his real job and does, you know, got a lovely wife. And like there's nothing in his life he has tried at and not succeeded at other than our home league. And even our friends who don't care about sports at all enjoy finding out if he's like still losing. So that's all. That's like home league shit is good. But you're right. Fantasy's pretty dorky. I agree. Fantasy is mainly dorky. But you're going to get like super dork time because it's fantasy playoffs. So you're going to get annoyed now, Rob.
I love fantasy.
Take him down.
Yeah, I love playing with my friends. I love playing fantasy with my friends. That's it.
Detroit's going to go here, right?
Yeah,
it's going to be 4th and 1 at midfield. They're going to go.
Yeah,
they got to. How bad was that ref hurt? Pretty bad, eh? Getting a commercial.
Seemed pretty bad. They even brought in Terry McCauley to talk about like what's going to happen with the refs now on the field.
Yeah, Detroit.
Oh, man. Oh, what I would give for a stop here.
Right?
What I would give.
There's so much time left in this game.
Like,
Rob, I swear this is my third. I swear I had 2 other ref injuries with you this year. Oh God.
Yeah, we've had a few ref injuries. Fuck, Goff went right up the middle.
Yeah,
they didn't really defend the sneak at all.
Nothing makes a quarter go slower than ref injury.
I know, man. That Monday Night Football game this week
was the longest God, that game. Was so painful.
Yeah. I was ready to go to bed like in the second quarter, and then the game just was fun. So I stayed up. And then after I was a little wired. But I was on the Browns, so I was kind of pissed.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
2 weeks in a row, the Broncos have covered the number because of like joke goal line turnovers.
Oh, take him down, man. Don't let him fight.
But Rob,
see, like, I should feel comfortable, holding plus 3.5, 21. But I have zero comfort right now. Zero comfort.
No comfort. No comfort. There's way too much time left for any comfort.
No comfort.
The first pick 6 was. They're all so embarrassing. But he had so much time, and he threw an interception to the line of scrimmage that went all the way back for a touchdown.
Yes,
it's like one of the worst pick 6. Like, I can respect a pick 6, But when you have that much time, how does your pass that goes to the line of scrimmage get intercepted for a touchdown? That's out of this world. Only Jameis could pull that off. So good for him.
I got to tell you, watching Jared Goff scramble for 9 yards here and then run out of bounds a yard short instead of just like reaching the ball out, I don't want to lose to this guy.
It's Jared Goff.
I don't want to lose to this guy.
Darnold gets that first down.
You don't want to
Christian Watson fumbles that. Christian Watson cuts back in and fumbles that. Oh, man.
Jared Goff's... I feel like he's run a few times tonight.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Something bad happened here, according to Chosen.
Okay, whatever. We can yeah, no, this isn't good.
No, I
was trying to have a good spin for this, but I got no positive spin here.
No, it's I mean, like that defender, I couldn't see who it was. He blew up the play.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to make the tackle in the backfield, man.
You think we'll get to third down even?
I'm hoping we get the fourth down, Jeff. That's what I'd be hoping for. I feel like Brock Wright is going to be the guy that fucks me on this drive. Airmail Laporta. Oh, man.
Rob, do you have an opinion on Saints Giants?
Yeah, I do.
A strong one?
My opinion is it's never, ever Giants at the curtain market number. And we just wait to see if
it gets lower.
Giants left tackle is playing, because if he is not, I will likely bet the Saints. Jermaine Illuminor.
Lots of Saints support on the Best Bet show. No, Suma and Judah both really liked him.
They both did, yeah.
Yeah. Best bets? Saints were best bets for both of them, or no?
For both, yeah, for both. Oh, that was a great tackle. I think the Giants are really bad, like really bad. 3rd and 4.
Guess Jeff doesn't watch our content.
No. Oh, I was gonna ask about another game, but I don't want to now. It's still Wednesday, and I'm behind.
Ask away, Jeff. Ask away.
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'll out myself. I'm even a little more behind on all my football content, but I'm gonna wait for this third down because this is big. I'll tell you why. I'm supremely behind because I'm enjoying something else at the moment. One of my favorite things.
I have a feeling they're gonna run the ball here.
Yes. Okay,
stop him. Stop him. Okay.
Come on. Let's go.
This is it. Because it's 4 down territory. They do it so much, right?
Yeah. They got 800. They got an 800 playbook. So
exactly.
What's next? What's next Thursday? I think it's the Rams.
Is it next Thursday? Next Thursday is Rams 49ers. You can watch that live with Simon Hunter in Philadelphia, and him and Chad Millman, if you'd like. RSVP.
Oh, they're doing a
Broncos Chargers the week after that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Fuck. Oh, 2 4th down tunners, man. This team gets it. That's the problem. They're the team that gets it. Tim Patrick. Just wide open, man. Wide open.
Fuck.
They're just so good at these fucking plays, man. They are so good at getting the yards when they need it.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, what have you been distracted by this week?
I enjoy the Surviving Barstool series. I think they do a great job. I think it's a great watch. If you're into any of their characters at all, it's pretty fun, and I think they do a pretty good job with it. So, and I'm like constantly online, so I try to like actually watch them because they're hard not to get spoiled. And they've had like 2 episodes this week already, and they might even have another one tonight. So yeah, that's why I'm behind on all my content, but I've enjoyed it so far because they do a good job.
Yeah, I'm behind as well there. I was planning on it. Are you eating yogurt there, Moretto? What do you got going on there?
Little
Ice cream?
dairy-free
Oh.
ice cream. Dairy-free. Got my wife to text her. I said, you know what? I'm a little bit hungry. You go get that out of the freezer for me and bring it over here. And she did.
Wow. There
Pretty
you go.
rare.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't even expecting a response, to be honest.
My wife watches these streams sometimes, so I got to be careful.
Mine does not, so I don't have to be careful.
Chosen's asking dairy free. That way you don't shit your pants on the stream. It's very important.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to.
I don't mind some dairy every
Not
now
on
and then, but live stream is tough.
no. Yeah, I can't do dairy to that extent.
Would we be satisfied with a field goal?
No. We need tutters, man. We need tutters.
So just keep running the ball.
I would suggest that they do the same. Let's do a quick update on they've ran 16 running plays, 62% success rate on those. So 10 of 16 successful runs. Their EPA per play is higher running the ball than passing. That's because of the touchdowns, obviously. I would keep running it. I would.
Can't stop those fucking guys.
I know, because the Lions utilize 4 downs. They know that they are smart. They're a super smart team. It's incredibly frustrating because they're so much further ahead than everyone else. It's okay, Jeff. It's okay that an advertisement played or whatever. It's fine. It's going to be okay. You reacted like you got you're deer in the headlights there for a second. Oh, man.
2 Hyman goals tonight.
Kings of the North.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, this game's gonna end painfully.
We got to stay positive. Keep the positive. Honestly, it will end painfully because Hitman's coming on in the 4th quarter. And that guy, once he shows up, get ready for a bunch of losers. Something about this specific watch along.
He's lost so many 4th quarter prop bets this year. It's crazy. I wonder if he has low volume tonight, props wise, because there were no Hitman releases today.
Yeah, I talked with him a little bit yesterday, and he said he didn't have much going on. I think he played like a little bit of Jacobs over, but it was starting to get steamed. Yeah. So that's it. When Hitman comes on, it feels like Uncut Gems. Oh, it's so good.
That's good.
That's so good.
He's always fucking bouncing back and forth too. So antsy.
Yeah, oh, flea flicker. And it's a throwaway. Looked so good for a second there. Looked like he was lining something up downfield.
There's still way too much time left in this game.
No, they never had a chance. What's Herb Street talking about? It's like, oh yeah, Love had a chance if he had time. No, the Lions didn't really bite on it.
I like Herb Street. He does a pretty good job, and Michaels doesn't even care. So it's not an easy gig, I think.
It's tough. It's tough to be paired with Al nowadays. It really is.
Yeah, you're really carrying the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you have to decide, like, when he says something that doesn't make any sense, whether you're going to, like, correct them or just pretend you didn't hear it. It's tough. God damn it. Oh.
Third. Why did
Flea flicker on first down is all fun and games until it's 3rd and 9. Gosh darn it.
I understand the appetite to try it. They just didn't really sell it well. Like the safeties never really bid on it.
Yeah, I'd rather just screen pass.
Mm-hmm.
But I perpetually expect
time
Brian Branch doesn't feel like the guy you're fooling with that. He's just so good.
No. They have good. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you want, he just, the receivers got to sell it a little bit better. Like they're going out the block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't have the receivers
just,
for
like,
it,
were
and the
sprinting
Lions have
downfield.
the safeties for it. Like,
Yeah. I would find wherever Terry and Arnold is on the field one-on-one and just throw the ball towards him because you're probably going to get a completion or a flag. That's usually what happens. Doesn't this play? I know there's 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Doesn't this feel like the game?
they had all the
Am I out to
momentum
lunch?
too, and
Oh,
now,
there were
and now it
plays.
feels
There
like
were
it's
plays
slipping
in the
away from
first
them.
quarter that felt like the game to me. So
Yeah, that's true. Man, I'd like to go back to when Goff threw that interception. That felt so good.
Just an insane swings of momentum in this third quarter, though.
He did target Terry and Arnold. No good. 4th and 3. Pack, you got to go. You got to recognize you got to go.
LaFleur's not going to go for this.
do we really
It's not
want
going.
them to go for this though?
LaFleur's not going to go
yeah.
for it.
We gotta.
Or what? I'm so far behind that I have no idea what's happening. Is LaFleur actually? Do they have the offense on the field?
They're not. They're not going to go. They're going to punt.
LaFleur's not fucking going for this.
Also, like, on 3rd and 9, I probably wouldn't run a 5-yard crossing route. That's just me. Oh,
Yeah. We probably are gonna need a back door.
I'm going to need a dairy-free ice cream.
You're talking back doors.
Yeah.
Give you
Yeah.
you dairy ice cream.
covering.
Yeah. I see a couple things about wasn't that a pick? No. Simultaneous possession is always the offensive player.
You really think they should have gone for that though, Rob? Yeah.
I do. The Lions defense is very banged up in the front 7. Like, their only starter left on the defensive line is Zadarius Smith. Everyone else is toast.
Well, maybe we could play the last 15, 18 minutes at a push.
That would be nice. It wasn't even a good punt. That's what got me. What was that shit punt? It's like 40 yards. All right.
You're sitting on threes, Jeff. Any money line or no?
No.
Neither of us has 3. We're
But
good
I
right
just
now.
mean, like if they could like play tie.
Oh, like to a tie the rest of the game.
Yeah, like play out the rest of the game, whatever it is, to a tie. That would be just lovely. Okay, 3rd down, right? Let's go.
Yeah, every time Detroit runs the ball feels like a wasted. I know I'm saying too many things now that have potential to come back to bite me.
Rob,
but I
here
loved
we go.
seeing that 3rd down run there. So 2nd down run.
Let's
3rd
get
and
it
6.
right
This is
back.
big. Let's get a stop.
Let's get it back, boys.
Mm-hmm. Fumble, INT, turnover would be nice, but a stop in general would be great. But take a stop.
Someone make a play for us.
He's short. They're going to go
won't
again.
You think they'll
How
go?
short
It's a
again.
Yard?
How short?
He's a yard again.
They won't go. They won't go. Maybe
They're-
they'll go. They'll fake it. They'll like not fake punt. I mean like draw them.
I cannot deal with another line. They're on the field. They're staying on the field right now.
Yeah. You think? Do you think they'll actually call hut?
I do. I think they're going to snap the ball. I think they're going to snap it. Now they're lined up in the 8 gap to prevent the sneak.
Come on, please stop them.
They've snapped the ball. It's a toss play. He stopped.
Yes,
Wow.
Rob. Thank you.
Wow.
You're ahead of me.
Let's go.
Yes. Watching it for myself.
I have not watched a second of this game that I have not known what is going to happen. Not a second of this game.
Let's go. Oh,
By the way,
No, I
Alex,
have
this
the
is
TV
Monday
on.
Night Football. This is Monday Night Football for me in the studio where I try to ignore the comments like on big plays, and Jason every time somehow spoils the play. He has not learned yet. He's like, I think something big is happening.
That's
all right.
There might be physical violence if I come for that.
Okay, let's just run the ball. Let's just run the ball.
Run the ball.
Or maybe we could fake him out on first down again, eh?
Yeah, no more flea flickers. We got an inside handoff for there we go. 3 or 4 yards. Just keep it moving.
All right, is this my last play or two more plays here?
You know what?
Come on.
I think you got a few more plays here. I've noticed that I would agree with attacking the middle of the defense with McNeil and Reeder out, but I've noticed that the Packers really haven't run wide much today, if at all. I don't know if you guys have noticed that as well. I mean, Moretto probably would because he gets to see the replay of everything.
I don't even watch it at the time now because what's the point? Just flipping on hockey games on
my action. Yes, go. No, he almost dropped it. Goal Kraft. Oh, he got destroyed, but he hung on to the ball. Oh, man. He got lit up. Nick Kraft getting crafty. Very clever. But for coming from a Brock with a broccoli picture. Oh, no. I see Hitman's in the waiting room. I might have to just boot him for this one play. He definitely curses me on everything.
No, we'll finish strong. We'll finish. Oh, this game has been such a roller coaster of
run a play before Hitman gets in. Run a play while Jeff is still here.
No plays.
Run a play.
No plays. Sorry. It's his turn. We're gonna finish strong. We're gonna cash this.
All right, Feinberg. I love your positivity, my man. Thank you very much for joining.
Oh, I'm one like 2 yard. I'm like one first down, 1 yard loss from having no positivity. I'm so fragile. We'll be honest.
I agree. I need a touchdown. Like I need a touchdown here for my mental psyche. Need it. Jeff Feinberg, everyone.
All right, boys.
Bolt up.
Later. I think Chargers are in big trouble Sunday. I think that line is short. I think the line is short. I think it is.
Wow.
Boys. I hope I'm wrong.
All right.
Bolt up.
Well,
later.
Bolt up.
Later. Ras hopes you're right. Right Angle Sports hopes you're right. Fezzik hopes you're wrong. All right. I don't know if he's making some last minute bets here. You want to give me a thumbs up if you're good? All right. There he is. How are things?
What's up, guys?
Your hair's a little messier than usual. Do you have like an afternoon nap or something today?
You know, no nap, but I don't nap during the day. But today was not a very busy day. I have a lot less pre-flop action on this game. I'm looking at the live odds right now.
Yeah, that's good.
Trying to find another loser for the chat.
Hitman, you ever watch?
Listen, like I said, I mean, I'm literally carrying this network with the prop show now. The only winning record on Forward Progress. So
I'm not going to mock you. This seems to be like the.
I mean, Pizzola, talk about a mush. We talk about like Fezzik's tweets being the mush. This guy Pizzola ripped me all year on Forward Progress, and look at the curse he put on not only himself but everyone else on the show, other than me.
Yeah. I've given out approximately 10 winners of 40 to 1 or more on this program this year. No one ever realizes it because it's the nighttime show and I got to do it myself or whatever. And everyone's just watching the best bets all week. But this has been my time to shine. I'm in the zone.
I haven't heard them personally. So
yeah.
Sounds like a bunch of hearsay.
Missed out on our boy Isaac Gorendo anytime.
A lot of our content creators don't watch our content. That's what I'm starting to come to realize. Hey, it's tough.
All right.
It's tough.
Hitman, have you watched Uncut Gems before?
Yeah, I hated it.
Okay. People compare you coming on in the fourth quarter to watching Uncut Gems, by the way.
It was just so unrealistic, that movie. You know? I just couldn't appreciate it as a gambler.
You have to separate the bets he's made, how ridiculous they are, from like just the movie itself and like the sweats and this.
I had a hard time. Like, I didn't love it. I didn't love it. But I'll make sure I'm on the same time as you because I know I'm ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna have to pause for about 45 seconds for me.
All right, it's on 10, the play clock.
Okay, pause it. Pause it at a certain time, and then I'll
Pause
tell you
to
to
10.
pause to 10. Okay. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
Good.
All right. We need the pack to get in here, man. Let's get in
Ball just got snapped. Play action. Looks like Wicks
Who's
is
that?
open. Safety must have came over.
Who's that? Sims? It is. Ooh, if the odds weren't off the board right now, knowing Sims is on the field, that ATD could be a look. It could be a look. Are you sweating Packers or no?
Very small. Very small. I have Green Bay.
I'm sweating Packers for basically Jason Cooper's net worth in this game. It's not a lot, but it's
so very small as well. Just like Hitman.
Get in there. Get in, Jacobs. Let's fucking go. Go. All right.
Check the line.
3 tutters. 3 tutters for Jacobs. Oh, man. I feel so uncomfortable tonight. I hate betting against the Lions. You don't even understand. This team.
I don't know. How is this game such an over game? I mean, the Lions' run game's been stopped. Jordan Love has like 8 completions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turnover at midfield and a turnover on in their own territory, and that'll do it with these offenses. But yeah, Green Bay's 6.1 yards per play. They had the big play to Watson down the sideline. Detroit's 4.6.
The last drive was a Gibbs drive, right?
The last drive was Gibbs on 4th down, but I'm pretty sure that Montgomery. Maybe the chat could let me know. I know it was Gibbs on 4th down because he got stuffed. But
what are you saying for last drive?
Yeah, the last drive that the Lions had where they had the ball. I thought it was Montgomery on 1st and 2nd down on that drive.
It was a pass to Montgomery on 1st down.
Yeah. Yes. They passed it to him. Then he ran the ball.
Before the Dobbs
to Tim Patrick.
Before Dobbs got ruled out, I got what's his name? Jaden Reed at 48.5 receiving yards. How's that bet doing?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I have Jaden Reed under 25.5 long reception, and I can already feel the pain coming at some point in this game. I can feel it. I'll take it. I don't care.
There was a guy I was on a stream 2 months ago, and there was a guy that gave out Jaden Reed most receiving yards in the league when he plays like 60% of the team snaps. I remember that one.
They had wide receiver injuries at the time, if you recall. They thought Watson was going to be out a lot longer.
He still only plays in 11 personnel, even when they got injuries.
Watson played a ton last week. A ton. He had a lot of yeah. Did he not? Am I out to lunch? No, maybe I'm
talking about Reed.
Yeah. But I'm saying the Watson coming back after only 1 week being out killed it. Watson was supposed to be out for like 4 to 6 weeks. Oh no.
Hitman, there's a lot of people in the chat asking. I don't think you got anything though here, right?
Something might come up, but nothing. If something comes up, then I'll let people know. Haven't had a good track record on it this year.
Oh, who's down for the Packers on this play? Packers are Bullard is down. Another fucking corner.
Sometimes it's very hard when you're like I'm really big into live betting player props and everything, but it's really hard when you don't know what the game script's going to be.
Yeah.
And obviously the algorithm accounts
like this.
The algorithm accounts for game script and everything, but I just feel like I can account for it better. But
it does feel though like close game like this close game, knowing what the Lions kind of tend to do, it does feel like they're going to start getting Amon-Ra involved a lot more going forward here. Like that's who they lean on in these situations.
It's just the problem is when you get this late into live player props, it's like one thing can happen that just absolutely one play just destroys a bet.
Yeah.
Where like if you were to have an Amon-Ra over or whatever, like Jamison Williams catches a 60-yard touchdown. Love doesn't score. All of a sudden, Detroit's up 3 with 6 minutes left. And how are you getting those 15 yards, So
Yeah.
that's the only thing
I would prefer the receptions for him. Like you can get over, I guess it's all receptions, but over 4.5 receptions, minus 136. So a little bit juicy, but he needs 2 more catches. That feels like even if they are in a state where, like what you said, a third down, something like that, like I feel like they scheme one to him. Like he's the go-to in that spot. I feel like 2 catches in the fourth quarter here is very attainable for him. I feel like that's a little short.
I'm looking at the lines so the look ahead for Green Bay, Seattle, which is Sunday Night Football next week, was Packers -3. The Packers defense has gotten destroyed in this game. Like they're the secondary, and Jair Alexander will probably be back next week, but Bullard just got hurt. Evan Williams is out of the game right now. It's been rough. And the same for Detroit. Like Detroit's defense is in shambles. They play the Bills next week. That's a home game. I don't know what the total is going to be in that game, but it's not going to be high enough, I don't think, in the early going.
God,
Buffalo against that front seven. Its early look was 51.5. Yeah.
I'd love a +3.
It's 2.5 was the early. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get it. I don't think so either. Yeah, I would be tempted to just when those lines come up to go to town, pull the old Fezzik special, He doesn't come in the streams anymore. Fez is done with me, man. He's so done with me. He circled back. Ended my relationship with Fez. It was hanging on by a thread, but circle back officially killed that.
I think it's gonna piss off a lot of people eventually, but
you know what?
Do what you're gonna do.
I put a shit tweet from Kirk in there, and he was next to me this week. We roast each other. You'll be in there soon, Hitman. 100%.
I don't start. I really only start stuff with like Bo Wagner.
Yeah.
And Zilbert,
that's been a while.
I've gotten into it. Or Zalbert,
Zilbo. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he wants us to call him. He messaged me after this week.
I haven't had a ton of other big ones.
It's time to start a beef, man. It's time to start a beef. You versus Durso.
Again, it's just the problem is it just literally, I've said it 100 times. I'm like Costanzo at Jerk Store. It just obsesses me how to ruin the person that I'm in the beef with. I end up wasting like 6 hours. So I just can't do it.
But that's the beauty of it, man. That's the beauty of it. Just pissing your life away, arguing with people on the internet. Don't you see the beauty in that? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Maybe during the off season. I'm too busy.
Reto was trying to stir it up a few weeks ago with some guy from Covers. I noticed that as well. Almost included it in the rundown.
Crying about the edge going away and Books taking away his edges when he's tweeting them out to 6,000 people. That's that we've been making for ages. He's ruining the edge for everyone. He thinks he discovers it, and now he's tweeting it out to 1 million people. And then he cries when the edge is gone. What the fuck? What do you think's gonna happen?
Will probably be my moment. You know when my moment's gonna be on is Week 18, when it's NFL incentive week. Sal Vitri's going to tweet the whole thing, and I'm just going to explode for the fourth straight consecutive season.
No, that's done. It's done because everyone tweets that now. It's toast.
I know it doesn't even matter that he does it anymore because now everyone is. But he's the original, so fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a goof. I mean, I wish this show started 5 years ago.
If I bitch about it, I'm just gonna get the. It's like past the point where you're allowed to bitch. I feel like some of the gatekeepers are gonna be like, "Why are you even bitching about this anymore?"
I'll say, no matter what happens for you, Hitman, it's gonna be a lose-lose. If the first war you get into on Twitter, that comes up on Circle.
I got into a war
without a doubt. I am gonna be against you. I got into a war with that
DK DFS guy the day of the Michael Bridges Brooklyn Nets thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
And I made a lot of money on that, but all I could think about was the money that was left on the table.
Yeah,
that's always how.
What we need. I used my one time earlier, but was it a one? Did it count? Because I wanted a Goff pick 6, and we just got an interception. So I feel like I still have a one-time remaining here. I need a Goff turnover in a bad way right now. A bad way.
You're sitting on a lot of money line too, right?
I am, yeah.
Like, is it one of those where like Packers cover but lose, you're still like not that happy?
No,
Like,
I'll be fine
there,
with that.
So the split, it's not like, okay, it's not that close of a split.
Yeah, I'll be fine with that. That was a good play to St. Brown there. Oh man. They're just moving down the field. They're moving down the field.
They always get him involved late like this.
They're just so good. The Lions,
yeah,
I don't like betting against the Lions.
They're good.
I mean, when I break down the roster of like Detroit and Philly, like I think Philly is better.
They are, but the coaching staff for Detroit finds them so many edges on a weekly basis.
The coaching's better with Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Philly's roster better too. I do.
Especially defensively, he's definitely better. But I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how Detroit plays so fucking aggressive defensively. And they really don't have like the horses that you'd think to play that aggressive.
Was getting carted off.
Oh, take him down. Stop him.
And
stopped. Oh, this is a great question from Brinks. What would circle back have been like with Tweety Dimes still? Tweety Dimes is still alive. He's just on a different account now. He's no Tweety. You don't remember Tweety Dimes on Twitter? Tweety?
No.
Oh man.
Well, then he said still alive, so I thought it was like another code word for Tony from 5 times.
No, I think he's BetLab Analytics on Twitter. It's not as fun anymore. It's not as fun. He used to really stir it up.
Did you ever? Well, I'll ask you after this. Third down stop. Hopefully,
please stop it. Oh, it's play action. No.
Oh, wow. Patrick.
I really thought they were going to run the ball.
How much time's left? 9 minutes.
8:39.
8.5.
I'm just checking the live props.
I should check my heart rate. It's pretty high.
You got that much on this game?
I got a lot on this game. Yeah, it's a big one. It's a top 5 season risk amount. I would take the game to be over right now.
Yeah, you almost don't want the Packers to kick a field goal. You don't want them to go down and kick a field goal. It's the last thing you want.
They have to score a touchdown or they have to bleed 8 minutes and 39 seconds of clock.
Yeah.
And turn it over on the last play of the game.
Or at least like 6 minutes of clock would be okay.
So in regard, Lyman asks more or less than Bills last week. Bills last week, I bet, but I bet a lot of alts because I bet a lot of alts in that game. So the risk amount wasn't as high as this. 2 weeks ago was the biggest bet, which was Packers against the 49ers. So this is the second time in 3 weeks I'm big on Packers. That Packers 49ers one was a joke, dude. I mean, Brock Purdy showed up on the injury report on Monday, Tuesday. The guy wasn't even throwing balls at practice, and they were still listing the game as if he was going to be. That was the old Pound Town.
I don't have anything right now. I might in a little bit now. Did you ever experience Tony 5 times? Like, did you get thrown off and like have to go to the principal's office with him in live chat?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't even really a good bettor at that time, but I was like coming around, and I took some shots.
My experience with him was, I think, at the time I was probably betting like hundreds of dollars a bet only. And I think I bet like $300 or something because I was rebetting like the new prices on Damian Lillard to make the All-Star team. And I had 2 friends that also had 5 times accounts, and they were betting it also. We were all betting it. Mm-hmm. And it's because there was a report from some like Blazers insider, or that's the team he played for, right? Portland. Yeah.
Yep.
Saying that like he was going to make it because they were announcing it at like 7:00 and it was like 5 when we were betting it. So we were betting it. They kept adjusting the price. We kept rebetting it 150 minus 500 or whatever. We just kept betting it. I think I probably made like, I don't know, $1,000. Other guys' accounts made $500,000 or whatever. I remember we knew nothing about this guy because we weren't pro gamblers yet or anything. And you get the message when you log in, account suspended. Please talk to Tony. Like we're calling each other. Like, who the fuck is Tony? We're on the phone as we get into like, all right, who goes first? Who goes first? We're like, all right, I'll go first. I get in there. I'm on the phone with like all my two buddies that I did it with. I'm expecting like just some regular customer service rep, you know?
No. Yep. Elevated right to the top.
And he said to me, he was like, you can give back the money that you stole, or you can keep the money or get thrown off, or give the money back, plus pay a $300 fine, plus then you get to keep the account and everything. I started playing stupid. Like, I don't understand what I did wrong.
Yeah, of course. The classic. That aggravates him even more.
So gave me the whole speech. I said, I'll keep the money and you can close my account. He said, any attempt to reopen an account will be given to the company beer fund. then the next guy goes in, has a whole another conversation. He plays stupid. Tony gives another speech, or he's just, I can't even remember. I got to ask my friend what he specifically said. It was like a different group of threats. It was, what a time.
He did have a different image than the regular customer service chat. That's a great throwback right there, Mitty. Oh man, he was so funny. I used to know a guy that dealt with him directly that used to work for an affiliate, and it was a big affiliate. So Tony was based in Costa Rica, and every time that this guy was going to fly out to Costa Rica to see him, Tony would ask him if he could smuggle him in some Costco ribs. He'd be like, I miss those Costco ribs, man. He's like, and my buddy's like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not just going to come across the border like a cooler of ribs. He's like, I'll pay you 10 times what they're worth. I just want these Costco ribs. That never happened.
If you go on my Twitter and you see my cover photo where it says account closed for thievery, that is my old 5 Dimes account. And I just thought it was hilarious. Account closed for thievery. I've never seen that one.
Yeah. This is big. 2nd and 14. Yeah, I have a bunch of interactions like that with him as well.
I'll never forget one of my buddies. Oh, he's gonna get sacked. Get rid of it.
Throw it.
Oh wow! Nice
what a throw, man! What a fucking
nice
play! Hello, he was gonna get ripped. What a play!
I remember one of my buddies that's like really like, this guy is the least politically correct person in the entire world. And I remember I called him and I told him the story. I was like, dude, Tony supposedly is missing and like it might be looking bad or whatever. I remember it was the most calm conversation. The guy that got thrown off with me goes, yeah, I hope they killed him.
Wow. Rough.
Yeah, that's
rough. It was my famous interaction with him was you guys will both remember this as Vikings fans.
Oh, that was tipped at the last second too.
It was when Teddy Bridgewater had that knee injury at practice.
Oh,
and like,
man,
and I was on Twitter.
Exactly
we had high hopes. We had high hopes for that year too.
And I went and I immediately started smashing Vikings season futures under.
And they ended up
about
going
an hour
over
later,
anyway, right?
They did, but everything got canceled. Yeah, everything got canceled. Oh man, he always gave you the worst options. He's like, we could do this or we could do this, and they were always terrible options, no matter what.
Yeah, it's like both of these
Wicks.
suck, man.
Oh!
Nice.
Stay
I
up.
had some live.
Okay.
I had some live wicks. Nice.
Got some live wicks, huh?
I had some live Watson. It's funny at halftime. Jordan Love's halftime number was 160, and the receivers, other than Reed, were just so underpriced. I felt like not the pass post, but
Sound like a
Not
hard
the pass
post.
sounds
post,
like a
but
pass post. I know.
let me pass post.
Who's down? Just got a notification that Brian Branch is injured on the play.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Mal Michaels is saying it now.
I
He's
wonder
down
if
again.
He was down earlier, so I wonder if he just if he wasn't quite right and he just re-aggravated it.
Guys, Buffalo at Detroit next week is banger city. This is not the same Lions team. I know what the game is now. They could still cover. This defense is fucking destroyed. It is destroyed.
Are they going to get anybody back? Like DJ
Reader, I don't know, but
I mean,
because it was a short week.
Probably get Aleem McNeil. I mean, I would guess McNeil plays. It's far from certain, but with 10 days.
McNeil, Pascal. Yeah. I don't know, man. They have no D-line right now.
I know. I can't believe I didn't fucking
He's fucked up. Like I think he's got a foot injury.
I'm gonna be.
This guy's walking like he's got a fucking pickle stuck in his ass right now. He's definitely got something going on.
Just gotta see where it's posted right now.
On Green Bay. Instead, I fucking put myself through betting on Chicago last week, having to deal with that.
Yeah. Kyle, you're asking me a question. I'm lucky enough to work with very, very, very sophisticated software engineer that built something out for us for betting purposes. So it's not a public thing.
You have Jaden Reed. All right, that's fine. Wicks.
He's out. He got smoked. Oh, that's a head injury.
Who?
Wicks. Wicks got laid out. That was a helmet to helmet. I don't.
Dude, I don't know if it was a head injury.
Call me a piece of shit, but best outcome for this game as a Vikings fan is just
it looked like shoulder
on both sides. Just injuries.
Definitely not a penalty. It was shoulder to shoulder, but his head bounced off the ground.
Yeah.
It was shoulder to shoulder, but he hit him so hard.
I mean,
this guy's got to go into the tent, man. Like he can't. He's just standing on the sideline, like, no, I'm good.
That's a big hit.
Yeah. Come on, boys. Let's get in the end zone here.
Not
end zone here, and
he's
he's
no.
What's up? A teammate was calling for people.
It's the fourth quarter. The 10th's away. They put the 10th away in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I could use a few more Josh Jacobs yards.
Yeah. 66. We're bordering on 72 should get you everything. No, Hitman?
69 should get me everything.
Mm.
I know. I knew it was coming. I don't got a ton on it at that number, but enough to make me sweat it. Doesn't look like he's getting it here.
Oh, well, there's a million flags. Don't say OPI. It's going to be OPI. It's going to be OPI. It's got to be OPI.
I mean, could it
Please
really been a pick route that late?
Oh, Watson.
I mean,
Watson took him out right away.
The flags were thrown pretty late.
But the flags came late. Yeah, the flags did come late. Watson just obliterated him off the line, though.
Yeah, usually an OPI like pick route is called like really early in the progression.
Oh, it's OPI offense, it looks like.
Oh, he's running a route though, man. These are not supposed to be called. Was it within 1 yard though of the line of scrimmage, or was he past?
No, it was I think it was within 1 yard.
He's running a route. He's actually running a route there.
I think it was medium. Like, I'm pretty sure he was like right at the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
He's fucking running a route, man. No, we're gonna have 3rd and goal from the 16.
From the 16. Ooh, so they didn't get anything on this one.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Jeff was asking before, like, are we good with a field goal to tie it up? The problem is that Detroit
the Lions
is not stupid.
The Lions don't sit and play for a field goal. They don't.
I know. Exactly. They're not the team that's playing for like the 49-yarder to win the game.
They would rather score a touchdown in a minute and a half than kick a field goal with no time left.
Yeah.
All gas, no brake.
Oh, run it.
Oh,
Did he get 3 yards? I needed 3 more yards rushing. Was that 3 or 2?
It looked like 2 to me, but he's being listed at 23.
They credit him with a 2-yard run.
Fuck, I had over 23 and a half. 5.
Wow, that was pretty violent. Love had him too. He just didn't look downfield. He had him. Oh, he had him running. Come on, McManus. Okay, tie game.
All right, one last look. Probably nothing.
Take a look. The people are starving for a bet. Oh.
There's probably not even going to be anything up.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's let me see here.
Just one-way markets.
Yeah, just one-way markets right now.
Just doing the quick refresh on NBA props. See, the late games are treating me okay. It's not bad.
Zach Collins unders today.
Zach Collins?
That was the sharp play.
Yeah.
I golfed with his dad in Vegas.
I hit Zach Collins under 19.5 points and rebounds. It closed 13.5.
Wait, under 19.5 points? He was under 19.5 points tonight, Zach Collins, on one of those apps?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. That was this afternoon.
How was it 19.5?
Points and rebounds. Points and rebounds.
Points and rebounds. Okay. I thought okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Why is Pack getting steamed hard right now? Let's take a quick look. Would be always relative to the number. FanDuel's minus 205. FanDuel's got the best price on Detroit, which I don't really want. I don't want the best price on Detroit. I want Goff to do something stupid.
Probably the worst bet is on Green Bay's 11th drive. Jaden Reed to catch a pass plus 105. If anybody wants that bet, hit me up.
Well, that would price everybody else better. The fact that he's there. So there's got to be value on someone else deeper down the list. Their
11th drive might legitimately be. It could be
a meal.
It's true. It could be one play. It could be one play. Could be a meal. God. I'm in a lot of pain right now. I wish I had ice cream like Moretto.
I torched that. That's so done now. There wasn't enough left.
Really good.
There wasn't enough.
Good.
Salted caramel.
Oh,
It was fantastic.
what an absolute banger.
I will say it doesn't
All right.
taste great with the beer, but
Let's say.
Oh, I felt so good for so many parts of this game, and so I feel so bad right now. This is the life of a bettor. It's thinking about all the bad things that could possibly happen. Of course, they'll run play action first play.
Wide open.
Man.
And he gets out of bounds.
So they're already at midfield.
mhm.
This is the smart thing to do, though. They don't have players in their secondary. See, this is what I mean about Detroit. Like, they're smart. Alexander, Bullard, Evans, Evan Williams off the field, and they run back-to-back pass plays. Smart team.
Yeah, like how many teams come out and play it so conservative? They're tied back at your 30. Like you're running on first down. So many teams are running that on first down. See what they pick up.
Yeah. Goff just hit his overs, I think. Not that I played it, but just pointed it out. See, Herb Street's just repeating my commentary right there. Smart guy.
Now,
I do
ideally,
like-
if you're Detroit, you'd love for this game clock to get under 2:39 by the time the play ends, which is
Okay.
not going to happen.
Correct.
Unless
It would have been ideal. It would have been ideal for me as well, Hitman.
That's true.
But now this is a pass, right? Because they have a free pass.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course,
Like Green Bay's got to play pass on this play.
for sure. I'm also of like the belief, like when I'd be playing like Madden in this situation, and I'm on defense, I'm like just fucking daring a team to throw deep on me. You know, like I'm not conceding 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards. Like if you're gonna get me fucking deep.
Get him.
And at least like if Detroit got to the 10-yard line, then you're guaranteed to get the ball back. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, how they have 2:01 on the clock?
And
You
I
see
can't
this?
believe
didn't
they
get
snapped that. Yeah, that's just egregiously bad.
What? LaFleur is losing his mind that he wanted.
What is
to
he
play.
mad about?
He wanted to get to the 2-minute warning.
What?
Yeah,
There has to be something. We
Yeah, I
missed.
don't understand what.
Oh, you got to get him. Oh, that's going to be big. Get him. Yeah. Oh, my God. He fucking got the first down. God, Gibbs is good. They had, when that pass was made, I thought he was going for a touchdown. There was nobody near him. Then there was 2 chances to make the tackle short. Okay. Now we got to hope for no TD. We got to hope for no Tutter. And honestly, I would rather Detroit just win by exactly 3 right now. I see TA already messaging me on the side. Lions go down at the 1 if they break 1, right? It feels like they would. I would hope so.
I don't know. J.K.
Not
Dobbins
yet.
on that Sunday night game against the Bengals a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Right now, I don't think we're there yet. Because the Packers have 2 timeouts. They have to get the Packers to burn both timeouts first.
Green Bay's been stopping the run. But also Detroit is so aggressive in these. Like I could totally see Detroit running a pass on first or second down.
I agree with you. I think it'd be a safe pass. Yeah.
Yeah, like a tight end leak or something. I could totally see that. Detroit loves that play when they have a big lead, or not when the team thinks they're going to run.
Also, yeah. So 31 running plays for Detroit today, 35% success rate, 42 passes, 57% success rate. They're very clearly moving the ball through the air. smart thing to do here.
Green Bay's done a really good job against the run.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is true. This is puts 3.5 in a better position. I'm just on edge. Just on edge right now. It really doesn't matter. Listen, I'm gonna be completely honest with the audience. It doesn't make a difference at the end. It's just a big bet. But I felt good for a large majority of the second half. I feel like 3.5 should get there, considering it was there for the majority of the game. And I'm just rooting for that now. Does anyone know who the first player was to go down and take a knee like that?
I just saw that comment. I don't know.
I want to say, I feel like Josh Jacobs did it. I don't know who the first one was.
I remember MJD did it.
MJD for sure did it. There's been so many now, though. It's hard to. I don't know who the first person was that did it.
MJ's the first one that I can remember. Like,
Yeah,
I remember it happening and being like a big talking point.
I'm trying to figure out
Gurley.
what LaFleur's arguing about. Gurley, Westbrook. Because LaFleur's like, he's telling the ref like there was some sort of push. I don't know what the fuck he's saying, honestly. I wish we knew.
They're going to get aggressive on the first or second down play. Yep. Here we go. A throw to Montgomery.
Take him down. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Safe pass, right? Something where it's just quick.
Inbounds. It was inbounds clock running right now.
Well, no, there's a flag. Tell me it's ineligible. Give me one of these. Another flag coming in.
Green Bay's clapping.
Was he downfield blocking before the pass?
This is bad for you, Rob, because this just adds to the probability of overtime. Wouldn't you say that?
Yes. Offensive holding. See, here's the
They're
problem.
still at the 40 though. They're still at the 40 with that.
I do have some good money line prices here too. I will take the 3.5 with the Detroit by 3. But now I'm like, yeah, Ragnow was holding him. He had his jersey. Oh man.
What did he gain on that? 4 yards?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
I think
not
accepting it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you take the penalty.
Yeah,
now you probably
is the move.
I figure they'll probably run now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one.
Wait,
Okay.
yeah.
Time
Now
out.
you just got now, like if you're Detroit, the probability of getting the first down is so low. Like I just play it conservative and make Green Bay leave them 50 seconds,
Yeah.
to get the field goal.
I'm with you. Although, right, like they're at the 37 right now. So this is 54 yards from where they stand on the field. It's not like a chip shot or anything like that.
I mean, you have a good enough running game that you'd think theoretically you'd be able to
get to,
especially against a Green Bay defense that probably is going to be a little softer than they would be if it was 2nd and 5 or something, like you'd think you're going to get a few yards on these runs.
Yeah. And it's Jake Bates. I don't know what Jake Bates' leg is like relative to Badgley.
Green Bay has 2 safeties back. So, I mean, I think oh, look.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Okay, take it.
Campbell's got balls, man. I think he's short.
If they get the first down here, this is great. No, he's saying to move the chains.
Wow. Campbell's
got first balls. Wow.
It's very close. They're going to review the play to see if he got the first or not.
Oh,
but if they did get
there's the 5th Monra catch. Bates has been unbelievable this year. Like Bates has been great for them.
Money.
It's pretty upsetting.
St. Brown just complete push off at the top of the route there, by the way. Fuck, man. Unreal.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. How did he get away with that?
Wow.
I don't know if he got the first down or not here. It's close. I feel like he was short. Goff got
I don't know. When he threw him, I think when he threw him,
I thought he was short
and landed just past the line or on the line.
Yeah, Goff took a big hit there. So it's 3rd and 1. They've reversed it. And Green Bay used their last timeout.
Did Goff got
Got
drilled there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did they call him short? Yeah. That's best case scenario. Keep the clock running, and then they probably pick it up anyways. Let it run even more.
Green Bay used their last timeout regardless.
But now that it's done, and now if they'll get this first down, I'm assuming, and then they're gonna, at this point you play for the field goal.
I would
sneak, game over.
I would
You got it?
No, I'm just saying.
It's not.
Okay, yeah.
So hypothetical here. Maybe we'll experience it. Maybe we won't. But let's say Goff gets stuffed on a QB sneak. What do you think Campbell's doing?
I think I would kick it too.
Green Bay's only going to have like 35 seconds left.
Hand off to Montgomery.
He's short.
He's short.
Well, it's close. Let's see where they're. No, it's short.
Yeah,
Big mark
he's
short. Half yard short.
You got to kick it. I mean, with no timeouts and Green Bay's,
no timeouts, and there'll be 30, 40 seconds left. Around 40, say.
By the time Green Bay gets the ball, 35.
Well, there'll be no time that runs off on the kickoff, but there'll be the field goal.
I mean, if they're smart, time will run. If they're smart, time will run off the kickoff. They'll kick it to where they got.
They'll kick it short and force. Yeah. How did we get to this 20 minutes later? What the hell?
Salted caramel's great. It's one of the best ice cream
caramel's
flavors.
Fantastic, yeah.
Salted caramel's so good. We're gonna do some sort of challenge on the golf course.
Caramel Kit Kat bars.
Yeah,
that I just found. Oh my god, so good.
Yeah. I basically just want to rip off everything Bob the Sports does, and do it on the golf course with me and Hitman in the spring. We're going to do a challenge where we play 9 holes, like a 9-hole scramble. We got to shoot 5 under combined, and each of us has to eat
a ton of dairy.
Yeah, exactly. Has to drink at least 5 cartons of milk or something like that.
Someone's going to take a dump in the sand trap.
Why don't we see how many scramble partners you think it would take for us to beat Jared at golf?
Oh, that would be fun. No, we'd have him as part of it. Put him in the scramble, just like Bob Does Sports did one with John Rahm this week. They had to have 60 tacos combined and shoot 9 under in 9 holes. Rahm ate himself 19 tacos.
Jesus,
dude is an animal, man.
Are they really going for this?
They are lining up to go for it.
I think they're going to try to draw him off sides and call a timeout.
I'm so nervous right
now. Wow.
Holy shit. Off trip. And they got it. Take him down. No, don't let him score. Oh my God.
I can't believe he tripped and they still got it.
Tripped. Oh, that was, I thought.
I can't believe they didn't sneak it either.
For a second, I thought Green Bay was going to let him score. Another Green Bay defensive injury.
It didn't look, I don't know. Maybe now knowing that he didn't score, but watching it 10 minutes after the fact, it didn't look like he was going to break that at any point. He had guys draped all over him the whole time.
He did, but all I'm thinking in my head is now that he's got the first down,
they're just going to let go and let him. Yeah.
Herb Street. In college ball, he's down, but this is the pros.
I see in my timeline right now talking about Tim Patrick for comeback player of the year. I think I gave out Burrow on this network. Pizzola. I did on forward progress. I think I gave out Burrow most passing yards the year of the Hitman.
Was that you or Austin Mock? I think Austin Mock gave it out 1 week.
I gave it out too then.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna check the spreadsheet
Check
now.
Check it. And
I'm
make
I-
sure
that's exactly what I said.
make sure and check it. And I want a clip of it after both of them win. All right. I want both of them clipped together.
Well, listen, it's not up to me to do the clips. It's Jason.
And Jason
does the clips.
And Jason's on vacation.
Who knows? Yeah.
Is everybody in the chat happy without Jason?
I think people are pretty happy.
We had a lot.
What about Mike Durso? Mike Durso, are you happy that there's no Jason?
Okay, week 4 of the regular season, Austin gave out Burrow most pass yards 13-1. That was a week Hitman was off.
I gave it before
Hitman the week prior said Burrow comeback player of the year, week 3.
I gave it before the season when we had to do like a bunch of futures we liked.
All right there. Once a toad, always a toad, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Can't make money betting.
I need this field goal to go through. I've done the calculations. The field goal needs to go through the uprights right now. The field goal needs to go through the uprights today. This has been great with no Jason. He's just getting sewered. Jason, very annoying. Moretto to Jason is hella buck to you. A great one. Oh, man.
Dictator Jay.
Go through.
That can't be a Jason news.
Dictator Jason.
Jay. Best stream ever.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Jason's a good guy, everyone. I like him.
It does feel weird no one has glazed Caleb Williams tonight.
Hey, Montgomery SGP gets there with this field goal.
Oh, the one Freedman gave out?
Yeah, it does. Yes, baby. Okay. All right. In the green, baby. Hookers and blow tonight for the pizza man. That's a joke, by the way. If there's any family watching, I don't do that stuff for obvious reasons.
You mean your wife?
Hitman, my new place has a hot tub, man. We're gonna do. We got to do a stream, like a playoff stream, live from the hot tubs.
Do you have? Oh yeah.
I got a guy who's gonna do the pH levels too. I'm not fucking around. I'm not getting no rashes and sitting with blankets on the couch.
I'm like Kramer with the hot tub, man. Remember when Kramer had the hot tub in his house? Yeah. That would be me if the wife had me.
That was the best.
And I would be like him, and I would just fall asleep in it.
Oh,
so good.
Fucking trying to get out of that thing. He's like rubber.
Oh man, that's electric.
Yeah. We'll do the hot tub stream. I still haven't got the setup though, where I have the TV with the hot tub.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure that out too, and I don't have that going because it's anyways. I'll figure it out at some point or another. Everybody had free speech in the chat.
Do we think Dictator J is Anthony Glenn? Maybe Anthony Glenn is back as Dictator J.
Honestly, it's also the purple logo like Anthony Glenn had as well.
Welcome back if so. We missed you.
Yes. Please don't do it from the same hot tub. That's not happening. Don't worry. That is not happening. All right, guys. Moretto, Hitman, thank you very much. I'm feeling good now. Weight has been lifted. Thank you to the Packers. Hitman, Saturday, you and Zach, I think.
Jacob.
So we're gonna mess with the momentum. The 12 winning weeks out of 14.
I don't think Jason was bringing the record up. I don't think he had anything to do with anything. If anything, he was holding you back, man.
All right.
If anything,
I'll make sure to. It might only be 2 plays again. It's a very small. A lot of teams on a bye week, but we'll make some magic happen.
Yeah. All right. Later, Hitman. Later, Moretto.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
All right. Just me to round it out here. Andrew asks, how much did I win? Be honest. I don't like to say, honestly. Many reasons. Friends of mine watch this. Family watch this. It doesn't matter. For me, it was a very sizable win tonight. And that's it. I'm happy about it. That's all I'll say. I know people always want to know. They want to see the tickets and stuff like that. It's not going to happen. It's a good try, though. It was a good try. Great to start the week. Actually, I gave this out as best bet on Wednesday Best Bets. There we go. 1-0 to start. We're almost there for the week. Almost to 500. Just need one of the other 3 clowns to win a bet. Could happen. This could be the week. This could be the week. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. As a reminder, smash the like button on the way out the door. If you preferred this stream without Jason, drop a 1 in the chat. If you'd like to see Jason back, drop a 2 in the chat before you leave here tonight. As a reminder, Saturday, Hitman, prop bets, set notifications. Guy is crushing them this year, crushing those prop bets. I'm back Sunday morning for the pizza buffet and here for Sunday night football as well. Chiefs and Chargers. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. To all of you out there, appreciate all of you. It's been another Forward Progress live watch along here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel presented by FanDuel. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy your night.